Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we in our game? It's not logical, but you contemplate, are we am I?
Well, hello there. The game that all of Toronto, all of Canada will be watching tonight. It's this one. Toronto versus Columbus, right? Yeah. The one NHL game tonight, and the whole world is watching. Definitely not any other sports, just us. And I know that you're definitely not here watching this before Jesse Blake starts his stream at 8 o'clock. I know that. I know you're going to stick with me the whole night because the Leafs, that's the priority. That's what we need. We need more Leafs content. It's coming at you now. Actually, I'm pretty excited about the World Series. I'm not going to lie. I've got Jesse's stream up and ready to go. Oh, have I frozen? No, we're lagging a bit. Okay, we're okay. Well, as long as we're good. That was not an attractive freeze frame. I was like, that's not my best look. I mean, I wish you could have freeze framed me at a nicer spot in my chin. But anyway, Francois Labelle dropping 5 SDVN memberships. Thank you, Francois Labelle. Listen, I'm excited to be here. I know that I'm really just the warm-up act for Jesse Blake, who's been on a heater along with the Blue Jays. Yes, that's right. Another Jays game tonight, which will make 4 games in 3 nights, because the Tuesday night game, that was 2 games. That wasn't 1 game. That was 2 games. So anyway, I hope that you guys are all here and excited and having fun. And then, of course, obviously, when you got to go, you got to go. You could always have both streams open too if you want to. Maddie, by the way, is Mad Dog. That is hanging out with us tonight. She is now officially doing some live streams. So big shout out to the Mad Dog. And Justin is in the chat as well. And also Robert Merloy will be here for 20 minutes. So says he. I also owe Justin Fisher a text message back, and I'm ducking him right now. He needs my Instagram password for something, and I haven't given it to him yet. So he's just gonna have to wait till first intermission as I blew in here. My amazing wife was a little late coming home, and so I was a little late getting here, and we somehow made it. It's been a crazy night. It's been a crazy night. Anyway, so if there's any technical issues tonight, just know it's Maddie's first time, and get angry at her. Get irrationally mad. Get mad like your dad's asked you to fix something, and he's like, hold the flashlight. That's what I want you to get mad like. So if there's any issues at all, worldwide issues, geopolitical issues caused by Trump, remember, blame Maddie. This is what it's all about. Now, the Leafs are on the second half of a back-to-back. They are playing the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are ho-hum. And the Leafs have been somewhat ho-hum, although the record sort of kind of matches what their record was last October. And frankly, I think the issue with the Toronto Maple Leafs is that we can't seem to get 60 solid minutes of hockey out of them. Although I do want to say last night versus the Calgary Flames, we got 50 solid minutes, which is an improvement. This team's got talent. I refuse to believe that it doesn't. I actually think it has very, very good talent, potentially even great talent. But if they don't play together as a team, they're going to get burned, unlike years past where they could kind of get away with it with the overwhelming offense that they had. Now, let's talk a little bit about Caden Primo here, who is going to be starting for the Leafs. He is a guy that they basically got for free. His numbers have not been beautiful, but I don't know if you've noticed on Twitter, and by the way, the game is about to start now. On Twitter, he has been in every picture with the team belt. He hasn't won the team belt, but he's always in the picture. And I think that means that the Leafs are trying to welcome him in and be friends, which I love. Game has started. Let's go through the lineup combinations here. On the Toronto side, McMahon, Matthews, and Nick Robertson. And then it's Nyes, Tavares, Michelli. Line 3 is Dakota Joshua, Nicholas Waugh, and Easton Cowan. Lorentz, Max Domi, and Sammy Bla gets into the lineup for the first time since being claimed from Montreal. Now, defense pairings are interesting because obviously we're missing Chris Tanev. So Morgan Riley, Philip Myers, who played together a lot last year. Benoit McCabe, who a couple years ago made a pretty good pairing. They're back together. And OEL and Brandon Carlo are, strangely enough, the bottom pair. Although the Leafs don't really deploy them that way. And, of course, Caden Primo and net, like we said. So we're hoping for a big game from Caden Primo. Because let's be honest, the Leafs defense hasn't been all that strong. The other thing I'm looking out for tonight, and I think if I were to drop an anytime goal tonight, it would be on one Nicholas Robertson. He's trying to keep that. Spot on the top line. It's quite the opportunity for him, and you have to think if he gets a couple goals, everybody's going to keep him there. Now, on the other side, we've got the Columbus Blue Jackets, who have a player of interest to the Toronto Maple Leafs, if you can believe it. Once we go to a face-off here, I'll announce their lines too. Chinakhov is a guy that if the Leafs apparently, if Columbus would have taken Nick Robertson for Chinakhov this summer, Chinakhov would already be a Leaf, and Nick Robertson would already be a Blue Jacket. But they believe, I think, that Chinakhov is better than what Nick Robertson can be. Interestingly, both of them have about the same career high in goals, 15, 16. I think Chinakhov's is 16. I think Nicholas is 15. And a lot less games, too. But Chinakhov's big, rangy, huge potential, former first-round pick. You can get excited about that. There's Easton Cowan behind the net to Dakota Joshua. Back out to Cowan, unable to grab it. Riley to Cowan. That shot is blocked by a knee. Back out to Joshua. He misses the puck. Back to the point. Riley from Myers shoots it in. Skips. There's going to be a rebound. Oh, and there's Cowan, and his rebound went wide. Nicholas Waugh behind the net with a pinching Morgan Riley, who gets back out. Leafs changing. Joshua still pinching. McMahon line, or sorry, that is not McMahon. That's Sammy Bla. Sorry, I thought it was the only guy on the team forever with long hair was Bobby McMahon. Sammy Bla's got long hair. There you go. SLS grippers on the pod if the Jays win the World Series. You know what? Absolutely. The Jays win the World Series, all bets are off. Thank you, SLS, for that super chat. So Sammy Bla, big four checker, won the cup with Berube in St. Louis, which is probably why the Leafs claimed him. Big body. We'll see what he does tonight. I'm curious about this guy. I'll be honest with you. Player profile wise, he's not like a guy that I was ever like, oh man, what's Sammy Bla doing? You know? So I want to see him play for a bit, and we'll see what he can do. Time is 16:56. Watching on the Sportsnet app, by the way. So we're switching that up. Okay, everybody. Now we get the time set. Listen, I am. That's Bad TV says, is it Maddie's fault for Adam not knowing that's Sammy Bla? Hey, I only looked at his head. I didn't look at his number. Come on now. Now, the Columbus Blue Jackets lines, Voronkov, Monahan, Marchenko, Boone Jenner, Fantilli, Kent Johnson, Cole Sillinger, Charlie Coyle, Matthew Olivier, who is a scary man, and Miles Wood, Isaac Lundstrom, and Yegor Chinikov, who is playing on the fourth line. Does not seem like things are going well with him and Dean Evison. In fact, he did make a trade request this summer. His agent's got like less than 1,000 followers on Twitter, made a post about it, and nobody believed it was actually his agent. And then we checked, and it was like, oh, that really is his agent. And nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. So Columbus is an interesting case. The question is going to be for them this year is are they what they were last season, or are they what we think they are? And look at that. What a play. Oh, I don't know how that didn't go in. That might be a goal. I don't know, guys. That might be a goal. That was pretty close. Charlie Coyle had it going. That has to be a goal, right? Like, I want to see it. The Leafs can't be that lucky that they would get away with this. Sillinger across. What a move by Werenski. And that puck, ooh, I want to freeze that frame, Sports, that I want to see. Okay. Left post. Is that puck in? Oh, I don't know. Man, he deked the pants off Caden Primo. Like, wow. Your pants were, where are your pants? By the way, I'm going to just adjust the camera here live because it needs to be adjusted. I'm like sitting low. There we go. Now you can see me. Haha. Yeah, it's a I'm wearing a Blue Jays jersey tonight, so here we go. Still trying to work this in here. Maddie, am I centered? How's that? Almost there? All right, we'll take it. All right. Well, we'll worry about it later. So no goal, no review. Columbus fans don't love that. As a Leaf fan, I'm happy they dropped the puck because now it's not reviewable. Okay. Maddie thought this was in, by the way, guys. We're seeing it now. Oh, so Benny misses it. And then, oh boy, that looked real close. Puck's got to be fully over the line, by the way. That's the rule. So it's not slightly over. It's got to be 100% over that line. And I don't think there was anything there the ref was right there and saw it. Columbus is all over Toronto in this first 5 minutes. Not a lot of offensive pressure from any Toronto line. And not exactly great breakouts, and kind of a tire fire in front of their own net, which is sort of the season star. Big save by Caden Primo on Marchenko. Matthews carries it across center ice. Tried to get it to Robertson, who was skating sort of backwards, was not able to handle it. Severson recovers, reloads, throws it to center. Leafs throw it back in. 15-20 to go. Shots are 3-1 Columbus. Wow. Leafs are, you know, they're not looking the sharpest tonight. Our Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm a little annoyed. I'm a little annoyed that they started this way, and I know it's the second half of back to back, but they take a while to get going. These guys, it's unbelievable. Andrew says, "Hey Adam, are you ready for Game 7? Leafs are killing me, man. It's so funny hearing a whole bunch of Leafs. Man, the Jays are so much fun to watch, and the Leafs are nothing but pain. And like, you know what? It has been a really clunky October. I know the Leafs record's okay, but they look clunky. Let's just call it what it is. Is it dire? No, it's clunky. You hope they clean it up. 14:21 left in the first. A reminder that Jesse Blake will be streaming in just a few minutes here as well for World Series Game 5. We're already at the fifth game. Come on. We're all a little tired too from the other night. Being 37 now, I don't recover from 3 a.m. nights that easily. And my sleep schedule is off, and I'm a tired boy. I'm a tired guy. And the boos from the Columbus crowd still about that goal. They are pissed. Got to respect the passion. Obviously, there wasn't enough there to review it, so it kind of makes sense. How about you, Chatter? Is anybody still exhausted from that Blue Jays game? I got to know. I am pooped. By the way, no William Nylander tonight. I think he's still struggling with that, whatever that lower body injury was. He played last night versus Calgary, but they're going to miss his offense tonight, and probably it's the Leafs going, we don't need you to play a back-to-back in October and risk further injury. My thinking on stuff like that is it's October. Make him sit until it's healed, because you could tell it was really bothering him, and he had a great start in terms of points and that sort of thing. Bummer not to have him in, but the Leafs are going to have to figure this out. Tavares, who's looked amazing. Going to be interesting to see what he does without Nylander. He does have Michelli, and that's a big goal by the Columbus Blue Jackets. Man, Leafs did nothing on the way in. That is embarrassing. Honestly, it's a great Columbus goal, but also Caden Primo and the Leafs defense. This is what we're talking about when we're saying the Leafs can be painful to watch, man. That was brutal. Cole Sillinger basically walks in completely unmolested. No touching. Look, watch. Like, why doesn't Caden Primo have that? Whoa. And why is he down? Yeah. Listen, it's a good goal. The Leafs, I think they need your boy Joseph Woll back. We need him back pretty soon, huh? Player 4 says, I'm not going to lie, I haven't even thought of Columbus this year yet. How are they looking? Also, hi, everybody on the stream tonight. Love y'all. Columbus is looking okay. I don't think they're looking quite as good as last year, but the Leafs look like ass, so they're probably making them look good. Hey, Adam, this is from Death Eater 2771. I was wondering if you have the group photo that you had someone take on your phone at the SDP Live at Sport Check on May 6th. I don't know, but I can always look it up. I can look it up. May 6th, huh? That's a long way back. Group photo. Looking for a group photo on May 6th, huh? I'm in May, and I do not see a group photo. It must have been somebody else's camera. I'm assuming that was you there. Were you there? The Leafs are looking at this. Maybe they challenge. Mark Savard is waiting. Is it an offside? No. By the way, you could tell things were a little bit off when Berube challenged something the other day or last week or whatever, and ended up with just coming off of a penalty, challenged the goal, then ended up with another penalty. The Leafs are just discombobulated to start the year. And it's so funny because you're like, these training camps that they have are really long. You kind of go like, well, what were you doing, guys? What were you up to? Anyway, uh, I'm looking at Jesse's stream here. It's getting ready to get started here. Remember, you can have both open, but plenty of Leaf fans in that chat as well, and they're also bemoaning the fact that the Columbus Blue Jackets just scored a goal like that. That was pretty weak. Film Lunatic 3416 says, "Can the Leafs ever score first?" No, they must always come back. Must always come back. Inkulu 4961 says, "Discombobulation is sweeping Leafs Nation." Yes, it does. Crispin says, "Adam, I will say that as Canucks fans, we are actually pleased with P4's game of late. He's starting to look like himself again." Well, that's good to hear. It's good to hear. First couple weeks were not great, but I'm happy to hear that things are better. Dapper Duck says, "Someone update me. I was ordering food. Who scored for Columbus?" That would be our good friend Cole Sillinger, who actually walked in and turnstile to Timo Benoit, and then was gone. Just not a great goal overall. Let's just be straight about that. Not what you hope. Do you know what I'm saying? Eh. Eh. They're not giving us a whole lot of reason to feel like pumped about this. But we're going to cross our fingers anyway. Okay. So we're having a look at the goal that wasn't. Wow. No. They're just showing, by the way, Cole Sillinger's goal. And the Leafs were looking at it for potential offside, but it's not an offside. That was just a good goal. As much as I hate to admit it, he did a good job. Leafs are killing me here. You're killing me. Hold on. 12:49. So Columbus is up 1-0 on a pretty weak shot. Leafs are without Nylander, and the Blue Jays are playing tonight. There's a lot of reasons not to be excited about this Leafs game. Second half of back-to-back, they're notoriously terrible about that. Yeah, just need the Leafs. Listen, in a month, we could be having a completely different conversation about these guys, right? Like they are, that's the way an NHL season works. God, you could even use the Jays as an example. Like the first 2 months of the Jays season, man, everybody's like, yeah, these guys are terrible. They're what we thought. And now they're in the World Series. And I'm not saying the Leafs are going to be in the Stanley Cup final, but I am saying a lot can change in a few weeks. I just want to see signs of life. And by signs of life, I mean distance, guys. That's what I'm asking for. I want this to be fun to watch as well. The one thing that I think a lot of Leaf fans are saying right now is they're a tough watch, which is kind of rough to hear, you know? You know what, like a tough watch? Robertson digging down behind the net. Remember, opportunity of a lifetime for Nick Robertson. Matthews gets the shot. McMahon with the rebound. And Robertson almost had an open cage for his. Great setup by Nick Robertson. Now Austin Matthews. That's the other thing. We're going to need Austin Matthews to get a few more scoring opportunities and probably create some too. Can't just be people around him. He's got to drive it himself. Back to Carlo. Up to Nick Waugh. This line's look like it's got a little bit of juice tonight. Dakota Joshua goes in offside as Nick Waugh kind of stutter stepped at the line. 11-12 left in the first period. Shots are 4-3. Look at Robertson steal the puck here from Werenski. Behind the net, nice little backhand pass out to Matthews with the shot. Shot's a bit of a muffin. McMahon is able to do like a shovel rebound. And Robertson almost follows it up, but Werenski is there to take care of it. Dakota Joshua taking the face-off as Nick Waugh is kicked out. Waugh's face-off percentage, by the way, Jesse mentioned on the show today, is way up from previous years. Previous years, he was in the low to mid 40s in terms of percentage shots won. This year, he's at 52%, which is exactly what the Leafs need from their third line center. He needs to be winning faceoffs. Matthews is at 58%. I think Tavares is 59, which the Leafs, the one thing you can always give them is they've always been very, very good at winning faceoffs. It's something that they clearly value within the organization, and rightly so. You got to hope that whatever lessons that Matthews and Tavares were taking, I imagine that they asked Nick Waugh to do the same. And you know what? Faceoffs are a learned skill. You can be good at faceoffs just by practicing. Maybe not goal scoring. Faceoffs for sure. Tyson says, is Matthews no longer elite? He looks meh. I think that I think the question is a ways off, although I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen Austin Matthews look dominant offensively in a game in a long time. And I mean, yeah, he did have 30-plus goals last year. That's great for any other player. This is supposed to be the best goal scorer in the world. So we're going to need, the best goal scorer in the world, captain of Team USA Olympics. Gonna need more. I don't know that it's not if he's not elite. I wonder if it's that injury. Is the injury bad? Is it lasting? I don't know. Cassie says the Leafs will get it together to beat the Pens. I don't know, Cassie. Pens are looking pretty damn good. By the way, Erik Karlsson in my fantasy team, which I will talk about ad nauseum this season, has been spectacular. He's been really, really great. I like it. QG Collectibles says, hey, Adam, after listening to a recent Fat Guy Corner with the PPG Paints food, that would be Pittsburgh's arena for anybody that doesn't know, I want to let you know that I actually work in concessions at the Captain Morgan Club. Well, I'm sorry that I didn't get the chance to meet you there. You were clearly not the person that served me the very expensive vodka sodas, but I thoroughly enjoyed my time at PPG Paints. And then I heard earlier this week that somebody fell off the second the second level, which is brutal. I hope they're okay. You don't hear about that happening very often, but it did happen. We just, I believe Jesse's stream is kicking off in here in the next minute or so. So make sure that, you can always have both streams on, but at very least, the Blue Jays are in the World Series, and we should be supporting Mr. Jesse Blake as much as possible. Here we go. 182 Kramer says, Sioux Greyhounds crushing the Sudbury Wolves 8-1. That's a good omen. Tell me why that's a good omen. By the way, I got some news to tease. I can't really give you the news, but I got news to tease for you. The network, SDPN, has got some pretty exciting stuff planned with a league that the Sudbury Wolves and Sioux Greyhounds play in. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. I'm going to want you to be a part of it. Just throwing that out there. It's coming. Probably announce it next week. If you can guess, I will give you a free membership to SDPN VIP if you can if you can guess. 9:37 left in the first period. Shots are 4-2 4-2 Toronto. Columbus leading 1-0 on a pretty weak goal. Cole Sillinger walked by Simon Benoit and then walked into Caden Primo and scored a okay goal. One of those ones you're like, man, I wish the goalie had that one. Mike says, let's effing go, Gripper Nation. Woo! Yes, because we are the most important game tonight. And don't you guys forget it. Don't you guys forget it. It is us. It is us. All right. Tavares taking the defensive zone faceoff out with Michelli. Matthew Nyes on this line. Matthew Nyes has looked great all season long. Doesn't matter what line you put him on. He's looked amazing. By the way, up on the screen, if you join SDP VIP, you get the extra episode every week. If you join ad-free, you get the episodes early and you get them without any ads. It's an extra $2 a month. We try to keep the prices low. helps us, and we want to help you. Help us help you. Help you help us. And this gotta be honest, this Leafs game has been a whole lot of nothing so far. Whole lot of nothing. Camera is broken at center ice, or no, it's okay. So Merzlikins fires this out, but it bounces off the board and goes over the plexiglass and hits the camera. Man, if you tried that 1,000 times, you could not do that again. That's crazy. Well, at least the camera looks okay. That's a tough camera. Tavares kicked out of the faceoff dot. Matias Michelli. We're going to see a faceoff from Matias Michelli. Let's go. And Charlie Coyle kicked his ass because Charlie Coyle's really good at that. No disrespect, Michelli, but Charlie Coyle's pretty good. Former Bruin, guy that was a part of those nightmare teams that beat Leaf team after Leaf team. What could have been, friends? Nyes is in there deep. Whoa. Puck's up in the air. Michelli's looking at it. And now we got a 5-on-1 with the Blue Jackets. And oh my God, Zach Werenski. Okay, so this play is crazy because it starts at the Columbus blue line. The puck goes high. Michelli gets literally trucked by one of the Blue Jackets. And all of the Blue Jackets advance. And the Leafs are, it's important that you know this, so freaking bad off the rush this year. They're so bad. Watch. So Nyes and Michelli are looking. Olivier knocks Michelli over. And look, there's 5 Blue Jackets all in, scores. And they didn't even have to pass the puck. Man, again, another one Primo saw the entire way. You need to have that. You got to have that. Man, Primo's having a bad night, dude. That's rough. That's rough. Don't worry about it, Maddie. It's all good. 8:36 left in the first period. Man, I am just blown away by this. You can put that on the Leafs a little bit on the defense. That's a goalie issue. Needs to have that. You're an NHL goalie. You got to have that. Leafs needing Joseph Woll back big time. Goaltending's a big strength on this team, and not having him here means you're at half strength. Oh! Robertson tried to hook the puck to Matthews. Finally, some sustained offensive zone pressure. Oh, Robertson shoots the puck, and of course, it's wide. That's another thing with the Leafs, man. A lot of wide shots to start the season. Puck kept in by Myers. Myers shoots. You know what I respect? Philip Myers loves shooting the puck. If you could get bodies to the net, you could deflect them. It's just that we just don't seem to get them to the net at the right times. But you always see Myers shoot. He will always shoot first. Here's Morgan Riley with some changes going on. Lorentz. So line 4 is out there. This is Blais, Domi, and Lorentz. Weird concoction of people. Scott Lawton might come back on Saturday. That's the soft return date. So I would love to see him back. J-Rock says, can I get an STP VIP in 1080p on my Amazon Fire Stick? You sure can, J-Rock. You can get it in 4K. That's what we shoot in. You cannot get that with Sportsnet, though. You cannot. Mary Waltz asks, when does Joseph Woll come back? Primo is not fit for the purpose. Yes, I know. He's eligible November 1st, but I would imagine that it's going to be a week or two later. I would think he's going to do a conditioning stint with the Marlies. I'd be shocked if he didn't. Guy missed half a training camp in the entire first month of the season. He's going to need to get some game action, but you never know. The Leafs might be desperate enough that you go, okay, just put him in there. It's got to be better than what we have. I don't know. I'm going to need Caden Primo to pull that shit together. This is, as Julian McKenzie likes to call, the Caden Primo experience, where you're like, hey, he looks stellar. Oh, no, that looked terrible. I have to wonder, too, when Woll comes back, the question will be, Caden Primo, are you staying with the Leafs? Are you going to be waived again? And if he is waived, does anybody claim him? And if he isn't, he goes down to the Marlies and joins Akimov and Hildeby as sort of the Leafs' third goalie. And a lot of AHL games are bunched together, so you kind of need a few goalies. I don't know. Cowan out front. Oh, Easton Cowan showing a little offensive flair there. We like that. Really, really smart play. This is where you're hoping for more from Easton. This is a great pass. Tried to get it through, I think, to Dakota Joshua and use Nick Waugh as a bit of like a, I don't know, like a pylon, but was not able to feather that pass over to Dakota Joshua. Right idea, though. I like this line. I like it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm down. Robertson and Matthews out there. They're all over Robertson. Defenseman loses his stick. Over to McCabe, who's wide open. You better shoot. Oh, how did you miss that? How did you let that get redirected? Are you kidding me, dude? Come on, Jake. Wide open, man. Oh, come on. Oh, that kills me. Oh, that kills me. I don't want to be depressed, man. I don't want to feel like this, but this feels, I don't know. This feels like waking up after a long nap in the afternoon where you're like, ugh. This whole season has felt, just weird. Fourth line out there again for the Leafs. Domi, Lorentz, and Sammy Bla making his debut with the Leafs. Oh, giveaway in the Leaf zone. Hayden Primo that was down quick there. Puck went over the net. Man, Columbus, when they are attacking, they are making the Leafs look slow and bad. And by the way, Philip Myers wearing a 51. Man, it just every time I see him, I'm like, that's Jake Gardner, though, isn't it? Francois Labelle, at least the Jays home run back to back in the first. Did they? Is it what is the score for the Jays game? Wow, 3 pitches, 2 homers for the Jays? Hell yeah, baby. Who got the home runs? Who got the home runs? Who got them? Giggling Cat says, WTF, I just got here. Who got the home runs, everybody? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Oh, Schneider and Vlad Guerrero Jr. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, here we go. Wide open. OEL. Oh. Puck is glanced off the post. Knies out front. Great setup from Michelli there. There's a good offensive sequence from the Leafs. They're not going to get any shots on the shot counter there, but that is exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so they're showing this. So Schneider with a big HR to start it. And then Vladdy too. Oh, baby. Sorry, Blake Snell. We're here to win the World Series. That's what we're here to do. Here to win the World Series, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. By the way, worth mentioning, Jesse is doing the stream. I'm going to keep reminding you guys throughout the night. You can have us both on, whatever you want. But that's friggin' great. Oh, that's so nice to hear. I was feeling a little sad watching the Leaf game, and then you guys just made me so much happier. Thank you for that. Jerry says, how can you be so hype? Aren't you scared You Are Leafs podcast is nearing the end in like 2 years? Jerry, buddy, we've been going for like 14 years already. The Leafs were terrible when we started, and the show was great. So don't you worry about us. We know how to handle bad Leafs and good Leafs, baby. And also, we're not just the Leafs podcast. We talk about the whole NHL. Ha ha. Ha ha. Jerry, you're stuck with us, buddy. You're stuck with us forever. Forever. Paul, Leafs are ass. Paul's not necessarily wrong. They have been pretty ass. Chantel Zeller, well, at least both Toronto teams don't suck tonight. Well, the Leafs, what's the other Toronto team you're watching? Are the Raptors playing? Are they? Raptors. They are playing. And they're losing by 10 points to the Rockets. So which teams are you talking about? Leafs have not looked good. Drowsy Dan says, don't worry, you guys can switch to the Sharks when the Sharks get good, or you can become the next huge Utah Mammoth podcast. Hey, we don't need a winning team to create a great show. Our show was hilarious when the Leafs were bad because it was so sad and depressing. It was a good time. It was a good time. Francois Labelle, hang on, I'm going to find you, Francois Labelle. If every Columbus Blue Jackets goal leads to a Jays home run, I hope Columbus wins 10-0. Francois Labelle, I agree with you, sir. By the way, it's nice to see your name come up. Welcome back, sir. Cassie says, rest in peace to my stupor. Leafs can score goal or play defense. Can't score or where did you, Cassie, where is your, Cassie said, Adam, I finally bought a new laptop a year later. But Cassie, we're thrilled for you. That means you can chat harder and faster. Just type away on the keys. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the Leafs game. I know everybody's paying attention to the Jays, but here we are. And Austin Matthews just fired a puck and it was deflected out. He needs more high danger scoring chances. It's kind of getting a little weird that he's not getting more of them. Kind of weird. Puppy Girl says, hey, Adam, Jays are winning. I do know that. Big home runs. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Add a Jays score graphic to this stream. I don't know if we have that, Maddie. Do we have the Jays score graphic that we can add? We don't have that tonight. You'll just have to open a separate window on your tabs on Google Chrome and put Jesse's in there. And then you can look, Simon Benoit with a shot. You know what? This third line tonight, I've been hard on the Leafs. This third line has it going. They got it going. They're creating stuff. Listen, it's the second half of a back-to-back at the end of October with Columbus. And the Leafs have not played great, and the Jays are in the World Series. We gotta expect, we gotta lower our expectations, I would say. 3:23 left in the first period. Leafs third line out here, stopping the Columbus rush. How about that? Forwards stopping up a rush and making a turnover? What? Who are these guys? What is this? Oh, here we go. Fantilli with a shot. Caden Primo with the save. That's got to be good. If you're Caden Primo at this point, it's been a tough start. You need to find that shot like that Fantilli shot and go, after this one, door closed. Not letting it in. Alex says, well done to the SDPN crew working all that OT. Well, hey, listen, that's Justin, that's Robert, that's Jesse. They've done an amazing job. Maddie is on my is producing my stream. Mad Dog. So she's doing her first night here today, and I'm very excited. And because Maddie's gonna be doing more of these streams, and it's gonna be great for all of us. James Britcher, Z is for Norris. CBJ Cannon. James, I don't understand what you're saying. Other than I understand the CBJ Cannon. Cassie says, new computer. It means my computer lasts more than 20 minutes and doesn't burn my legs. Wait, Maddie is here. Hi, Maddie. Oh, I'm going to say hi to Jesse and then sleep. Cassie, you do that. Please say hi to Jesse. And big shout out to Giggling Cat, who dropped an SDPN 20 memberships and said, if you get a membership from me, you have to minimize the chat and click like under Adam's face. Whoa. We need some likes. Big shout out to Kat dropping 20 SDPN memberships. Everybody, you're all VIPs now. Congratulations. For the next month, you can consume SDP VIP and consider after that joining us and subscribing. Thank you, Kat, for that. Kat is a Cats fan, by the way. Don't hold it against her. Just one of the good ones. Actually, I haven't really met a bad Panthers fan. They're all just living their lives and having the best time right now. It's upsetting. All that winning. Can't relate. 2:16 left in the first period. Domi line out there. Oliver Ekman-Larsson racing. Nyes down deep. Columbus on the rush again. Oh, Morgan Riley was almost deked out, but he's able to get a stick on it at the last second. And now he is leading the rush 3-on-1 And by the way, I meant Columbus had 3-on-1. And now puck gets by Robertson. Myers is going to take a penalty for holding in just a second here. A penalty that he really didn't need to take. I think he kind of lost an edge, grabbed the player, sort of fell. Not the greatest. We don't love that. Yeah, he just kind of gets a little turnstile there, and then grabs an arm. You don't love that, but it is going to happen. Columbus has got speedy forwards. I love this. Do we think this is from our Arison Squirrel? Arison Squirrel? Anyway, do we think the Blue Jays could beat the Leafs at the game of hockey? They're beating them at the popularity contest right now. That's for sure. James says Werenski for Norris. Yeah, well, he's been, man, what a great year he had last year. Finally, I think had a team that he could do something with too. That guy's had so much talent his whole career, and just there's never been these crazy offensive weapons except for the Artemi Panarin years in Columbus. It's kind of crazy. Cam 101 left in the first period. Johnson, Werenski, Johnson in. Nobody able to get the rebound. Johnson. Oh, I keep yelling Johnson. It's Kent Johnson, by the way. Matthews is going to get it to Nyes. The puck is out. 40 seconds to go in the period. Kind of a dangerous shorthanded team if you can get the puck away. "46 seconds to go on the power play. 24 seconds left to go in the first. Overall, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a period where you wish you had a better goalie in the net. Caden Primo should have had both of those. I know that you don't like. They're going to show you the goals in intermission, and yeah, fine. The defenseman could stop them up, but at some point, the Leafs limited Columbus to 6 shots, and 2 of them were goals, and they were weak goals. It's not great. It's not great. Now, I will remind you. S. Priley says, this is the only place I can catch some glimpse of the game. It's not streaming anywhere. You must be American, right? Are there any Americans in the chat who can help SP Riley out? Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, ESPN Plus has got to have this game, right? You could always Knights Flame is watching on Fubo. Harrison says, have you ever been east? I'm watching the Blue Jackets broadcast on FanDuel Sports Network. NHL Network has it. Sportsnet 1. I'm just asking. Yeah, so NHL Network. Oh, so this game's on NHL Network? Oh, that sucks. NHL Network and local in Columbus. Well, listen. Somebody said in the chat earlier, and I don't want to encourage you to do anything bad, but if you weren't against perhaps sailing the 7 seas to the east, to the stream east. Google it. That's all I'm saying. Dun, 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 dun. No, that's the I almost did the Game of Thrones music. Oh yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. It's rough that they would put that on NHL Network. What are they doing? Why would they do that to you? So ESPN Plus has the national rights, and they're not even running it. Blue Devil 2483 says NHL Network isn't even available on many subscription services. Okay, so here's the deal, man. I don't know. Listen. I understand it's a Wednesday night. It's Columbus, Toronto. So if you're an American broadcaster, you're like, well, half the audience doesn't even live in this country, and we can't make money on them. But what do you expect people to sign up for NHL Network if the provider even has it because it's a Columbus Leafs game? I don't think so. Harry French says, sing the Game of Thrones music because media blackouts are medieval. They are. Listen, when they do stuff like this, they're practically asking you to steal it. But I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying what they're asking you to do. Maddie, do we have a clip to play? Oh, this is great. Since the Blue Jays game is on, and by the way, Jesse is streaming it, so if you want to check that out, you should. He is also on the SDPN YouTube channel, so check it out. In the meantime, you can listen to Dodger manager Dave Roberts whine and complain about having to cross the border. It's so scary. And then blaming Canada for U.S. customs. Your country, man. All right, Maddie, play the clip and we'll be back. It's an exciting week for baseball fans in this country. And I wanted to start the show, and I know that CJ and Julian are like, well, we don't want to turn the hockey show into a baseball show. I'm like, no, man.
Yes, you should.
I want to hear everything about what it was like being at those games. But today I woke up or actually last night I was awake for, because I was recording Nail in the Apex at midnight.
As you do.
Well, because Tim had to get to the airport. It was in Mexico. The time difference, whatever. Anyway, long story short, I'm going to bed and I see this clip of Dave Roberts, LA Dodgers manager, and I can't decide whether we're living in the dumbest timeline or if this is in reference to something else. Because listen, I'll tell you something. As a Canadian, one of the things you grow up with is when it comes to our American counterparts is you obviously know that they're bigger than us, right? Sure. They're 10 times our population. We have 40 million. They have 400 million. Yeah. We're used to the fact that there's an ego that comes with just being an American that most Americans have no idea even exists. They have no idea. But when you walk around telling everybody you're the best country in the world, there's an ego with that. And I think we're fine with the ego. The ignorant stuff gets a little hard to deal with. And what I mean is, last week when people came to the country,
we know it's not all of you. Stop.
Yeah, stop it right now.
We're not talking about you. Stop.
The American media especially was like, "Wow, I had a Caesar for the first time." Well, you've never had a Bloody Mary before? It's Canadian Starbucks. Here's what's on the menu. It's crazy. It's the same as American Starbucks.
Is it different?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But I love the fact that people are getting educated on it. That makes me happy. That's great. I'm glad you enjoyed our fine city and that sort of thing. Dave Roberts last night made a suggestion that perhaps the Blue Jays not only took control of Game 1, but perhaps they took control of the border as well.
Customs.
Now, I've got the clip, Jesse, if you want to run it.
You could just read the quote.
The quote is, I actually don't have the quote. I only have the clip.
He said,
but essentially,
Mark Carney.
Here you go. You want me to play it? I'll
play it.
I didn't have audio for a second.
No, I don't know.
My connecting flight was delayed. Do you have a travel story for us as well?
I don't want to get too far into it. I just arrived about 30 minutes ago. So there were some delays. I don't know if there was intent or not, but it just, man, the international stuff was a bear. But we made it.
I hope he's kidding so bad.
So the thing about intent is it seems in jest. When you read it, it's one thing. When you hear it, it's another.
Yeah.
But the reason that there were delays is because the American government is in shutdown mode and they're having staffing shortages at LAX on top of that, meaning that every flight in LAX was delayed. And so he was delayed. Uh-huh. And I think it was sort of like, okay, we've dealt with the thing for the last week from American media coming up here. John Heyman, who lives in New York, being like, I haven't been here since 1993. What? It's an hour flight, man. What's wrong with you? I want to know, do you think he's suggesting that the Toronto Blue Jays may have delayed his flight?
It's way funnier.
And it's also funny because if he does, he doesn't know that to re-enter the United States, you must go through American customs. We don't control those customs.
So I don't know. Listen, I don't know enough about this guy because I'm just a Canadian and I don't know anything about baseball. What's a strike?
We just got new cars here.
Yeah, we just got cars here.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about this guy in particular, but in hockey, like so we're coming from a hockey background. All the teams go to Canada.
Yep.
Frequently. Not all the baseball or basketball teams do. And I could see how it would be a big pain in the ass. Like, I mean, all the teams in the AL East and the AL obviously have to deal with it all the time. But if you don't play the Blue Jays often, what a pain in the ass, right? Like, I was in the Reds dressing room when I was an intern. This is like 2009. Ken Griffey Jr. was there. I was like, holy shit. And they just start handing out forms all around the room. And it was like custom forms. And some of the players were like, what the fuck? What is this? Because you don't have to do it. So, like, how many times do the Reds come to Toronto in a year? Mm-hmm. One series, maybe. So is that it? Is that what's going on here?
Well, I just wondered, like,
forgot?
does that mean he's never left the United States?
Well,
you never went to Italy on a honeymoon? Like, what?
If you went through a minor inconvenience once a year, would you remember it? Like, maybe you just forgot?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to throw him a bone.
Me too. Jesse, hearing that, what do you think?
I don't know. I think Dave Roberts just needs to like read his own news every now and again, because that clip was recorded around 9 p.m. last night, and he said he got in like half an hour ago. At least that's when the clip was posted, right?
Yep.
So sometime on Sunday, he got in there. The Los Angeles Times, about an hour before that, wrote an article that says staffing issues trigger temporary ground stop at LAX, where the Los Angeles Dodgers were flying from Toronto to LAX. And it's because of their own government that caused these problems. And he's trying to turn it into a thing where Canada stopped them from getting back into America. When
Doug Ford stopped him personally. He said,
with his ad.
my friends, no.
Folks. He says folks.
He said folks.
No, he said folks. Everyone made fun of him for saying folks, and then he switched to my friends.
Mm-hmm. And then he said, here's $1 beer in an ad that cost $75 million.
And everyone said, here's another majority.
So, like, they have staffing issues because of the American government. And I understand what he's doing, though. Because we see this every single time in every single series in professional sports ever. You try and create an enemy. You are trying to get your team together and rally together and link arms against the evil other side that we are trying to defeat. And Dave Roberts spilling this narrative that we are the underdogs because Canada is trying to keep us out of our own country is just a way for him to get his team all riled.
Yeah, in this David and Goliath battle, let's not forget who David is. The Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah. I think it's idiotic for them to think this way, but I understand what he's doing as a head coach on a plane sitting there with all his guys, and they're just upset that they can't take off or whatever was happening delay was. You get up there and you say, it's the darn Blue Jays that are stopping us from getting into our country. That's, I guess, a good head coach, but Dave Roberts is also a whiny baby, and he does this all the time.
Yeah, so he is a whiny baby, right?
He has been a whiny baby his entire tenure as the Los Angeles Dodgers head coach. This isn't the first time he does these things, but it's clearly something he does to try and get his team to have an enemy and get riled up.
One of the things I thought that might have confused him, and Americans, again, you're going to love this, because you know when we talk about a little arrogance with the Americans. few years ago, and I mean this 2 decades ago, America called Canada and said, hey, listen, we got this great idea for customs. Instead of you flying all the way here and us denying you or accepting you, how about we pre-check you? So when you fly out of Pearson, you got to go through American customs on Canadian soil, and if they reject you, you don't get on the plane.
You're home.
Right. And so the Canadian government's like, yeah, man, whatever you want. And so now we're one of the only countries in the world that allows this because, you know, we're friends. I don't know if everybody's forgotten that, but we are friends.
Nah.
And maybe Dave Roberts got confused and thought that was Canadian customs checking him on the way out.
He clearly didn't know what was going on. He clearly didn't know they had staffing issues. He clearly didn't know that you're going through U.S. customs. He was clearly just trying to make up a narrative. It's so stupid.
I don't know. I can't even summon the energy to get mad at him. We live in a post-truth world. He can think whatever the hell he wants, and good luck to him in his series against the Cardinals. He probably doesn't even know who he's playing.
I want to tell you guys, I'm personally thrilled because if he missed a detail that obvious, you can be damn sure there's other details that he's missing.
No.
Running his team.
No. You're jumping.
Hot take here. You heard it here first. We've been hard on John Schneider for years in this town.
I think
maybe the guy we ought to be pointing the finger at is him.
I think it's actually the complete opposite in that sometimes these guys who work in sports and are head coaches or athletes, they're so dialed into their sport that they have no idea what's going on out in the regular universe.
The most brilliant, detailed sports mind in the world has forgotten their Facebook password 3 times this month. Like, it's just how the world works.
And what's weird is that it auto-populates.
Sorry?
What's weird is that it auto-populates too.
It's
Still forgot it.
Still forgot. No, I badly want this to be real. I want it to be real.
Let's talk Blue Jays. Let's talk Mad Max. Let's talk things that we want to look at on the BetMGM app while the Jays are in Los Angeles. God bless them. They act.
And we're back. All right. I just want to I want to do this. I want to check out. So I'm trying to figure out the camera here. Because it has not gone well for me. Okay. Camera's not looking good. Somebody came in here, messed with the camera. All right. Should we just leave it like that? Oh, my monitor went out because the power cord. Uh-oh. Now I can't see anything. Hang on. I'm just going to go over here, try to fix it. Someone was messing with the stuff here. Here we go. Come on, Mr. Monitor, we need you. Listen, if you're saying, hey, Adam, why don't we make this broadcast a little more professional? I say to you, I don't know. We're all thinking about the Blue Jays. Aren't we? We should be. All right, now let me just move this over. Maybe that is better. Maddie, how do we like that? Gorge? She says gorge. All right, I'm going to have to trust her on that. No, I'm still off. Yeah, no, it's a little too off. We got to get, it's going to bother me. Here we go. Ready? No, that's worse. Yeah. No, I'm moving the screen. Can't do that. Maddie's mad at me for moving that. I could just move myself, but I shan't do that. Anyway, I got to go this way. This way. Hey, are we good? All right. Maddie's like, do not touch anything. Okay. I wish you guys could hear her in my ear. Benjamin called that Boomerman maintenance. It's true. I'm so bad with this stuff, but it's the only way for me to check in on it. I got to make sure that I want to make sure I'm centered, I want to make sure you can see me. Anyway, guys, I figured out We got a boomer comment here. Guys, I figured out the origin of the 6-7 meme. It's a reference to the last time the Leafs won the Cup. You know, it's not all about the Leafs. It's mostly about the Leafs, but it's not all about the Leafs. Okay? And I think in the 6-7 it's not. The Stig says, hey, Adam, it's not the camera. It's just how you look. Wow. Just the haters. The absolute haters. By the way, Jays are still up 2-0. Jesse's stream's going off really well. Bottom of the second. There's one out. Oh, man. Baseball is such a freaking intense sport, man. It's so crazy. Like, I can't believe anybody ever call baseball players like lazy or whatever. That is a grind. That's a grind, that sport. Watching it's a grind. Can you imagine playing it? Everybody's like, what do you mean there's another Jays game tonight? I gotta watch Love is Blind or something. I'm so exhausted and stressed out. Because there's no, like, you think about it, with the Jays, with baseball, like, there is no break. Right down to the last pitch and the last out, something bad can happen to your team, even if you're in the lead. So the stress never leaves you. And then you go to bed and you wake up and you go to work, which is probably stressful. And then you go, what do you mean I got to watch an extremely stressful baseball game for the third night in a row? You've watched a lot of innings of baseball. Stuff's stressful, man. But you know what? What a privilege. We get to be stressed out in the World Series. Man, I've been stressed out over a game one of the Toronto Maple Leafs in the playoffs. Stressed out over a World Series? How lucky are we? All right, now Columbus is finishing off its power play to start this period, and we are back to 5-on-5. Philip Myers is going to join, but Columbus obviously has huge offensive pressure and a little bit of an advantage until Myers gets into position. Plus, he's not a forward, so there are 3 defensemen on the ice, and I'm not sure Myers really knows where to go. Lorentz is able to flip the puck up. Myers giving chase. Gonna expect oh, there we go. Myers, man. Gets a shot away. Nice little play there. Lorentz change. Listen, I know he's not an everyday guy on the Toronto Maple Leafs, but I like Philip Myers, and I like the fact that he shoots the puck. And he's not afraid, makes no apologies. It's nice. Matthews trying to make a move in on Rowinski. He's able to turn that around. Coyle. Olivier against Riley. There's a bit of a size mismatch. And then there's Nick Robertson versus anyone. That's a size mismatch. Provorov along the half board. Down low to Sillinger. Oh, that's Coyle. What am I saying? Sillinger, who's already scored tonight, looking pretty strong. Leafs are down in this game. I would say that they've had a slight edge to the Blue Jackets, which isn't great when you consider the talent differential here. But I would also say that Caden Primo was not great in the first period. Just wasn't great. 18-10 left in the second period. Jay's still up 2-0. I'm looking at Jesse's stream right now. It is bottom of the second. 2 outs? 3 outs. Oh, we're going to the top of the third. Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. I hope they eat Blake Snell up. Let's make it like a 10-0 win. Wow. Werenski made a great play on Nick Waugh and then almost roofed one on Primo. Columbus looks a little bit sometimes like they're playing with their food when it comes to Caden Primo. He's just looking shaky. Leave it for now, Maddie. I will call for it. Maddie's asking if I need something. I do need something, but not yet. So they're just figuring out who's going to be able to be allowed on the ice because it was an icing. So they were trying to change, but they can't change. So you got to bring Benoit and McCabe back out there. Oh, it wasn't an icing. Okay, well. I don't know what's going on, folks. My mind is elsewhere. I also just seriously still not recovered from Tuesday night. Still tired. Offside call. I got to be honest with you guys. I'm begging, pleading with the Leafs to put on a good show here. You know, Berube's not happy. He's already yelled at them. Although, you know, I'm sure he yells at them multiple times during the game, but team needs something going here. Let's see what Sammy Bla, number 79, making his Leafs debut, does. Leafs have needed to be a hard forechecking team for a long time. This guy helps. McCabe with the shot. Oh, and we got a goal. Knocked out of thin air, and I think that was Sammy Bla. It was Sammy Bla. Good for Sammy Bla. First game with the Leafs. A fluky goal, knocked out of thin air. You might even call it baseball-like. You could say Sammy Bla hit a solo home run there. Lorentz, Bla with the shot, and the puck sort of gets, and that's not going to even be a high sticking, although they're going to try to claim it was. Yeah. That is not a high sticking. Christensen's wanting it to be, but it's not. Wow. Great play. And Domi picked up the puck for him, too, so we could keep it. That's nice. 17-17 left in the second. That's what the Leafs needed to do. You get a goal to start the period, and you get going. And look at Steven Lorentz, who's the most likable person on the Toronto Maple Leafs in the last 2 decades. And he's just amping him up right now. They're talking about the goal. They're talking about how great it was. Great job. Yeah, that's cool. Steven Lorentz is he's like a golden retriever. They have not dropped the puck. They are checking for a high stick. Oh, do they dare take this away? Oh, also some equipment. All right, let's see if he's above. No, it's not one of those. I don't even think Sammy Bla touched that puck. I think that's Merzlikins. Yeah. That's Merzlikins, I think, that puts that in. That might be McCabe's goal. Might be. By the way, I'm having another power shake tonight. Between shows, took my daughter. So we did the STP. We did VIP today. And then I took my daughter to soccer. And then I raced here, so I did not have time for dinner. So I'm having an impact power shake because I'm a protein god. 17 minutes left in the second period. Just having a look here. Adam's camera is clearly tired too. Yeah, what's going on with our camera tonight? I guess it must be the amount of people streaming the baseball game. That's bizarre. I don't know why I keep getting 240p, but you know, we'll just have to deal with it. An imperfect night on the internet. Leafs down in the Columbus zone. Columbus breaking out. Good Branson. Is that good Branson? It is, right? My brain is just not working. Of course that's not good Branson. Jeez, he hasn't been here for years. Christensen. Shot. Big save by Caden Primo. Just need him to be solid. Please be solid. Square yourself with the puck. That's all we need, buddy. Please square. That's it. So Sammy Bla's last game was last April the 17th, 2024. Oh, wow. So he spent all year in the minors last year, or in the AHL. Damn. That's got to feel good to be back in the league. That's a long time. He did sign with Montreal. We know that the Canadians this summer, the Canadians are his childhood team, but they put him on waivers. Leafs picked him up. McMahon over to McCabe again. McCabe's been in a lot of scoring opportunities this evening. Simon Benoit. And here we go. The first line, it's McMahon, it's Robertson, it's Matthews. And remember, guys, there is no William Nylander tonight. Benoit pins Werenski. Jake McCabe, not able to clear it, but then able to get it cleared. Matthews one-on-one. And he is held up a little bit by Matejchuk, and I think Matejchuk got a piece of his shot. Matthews to Nice. Shot! Oh, and Michelli's shot just goes off a shoulder and wide. Puck is over the glass. We're going to get a face-off. Shilly says, wait, the Leafs are playing tonight? Yeah. James says, real confused as to why Matthews doesn't shoot anymore. Or step up for a shot. Simple game plan. I think you're absolutely right on that, and I don't know. I don't get it at all. Don't understand it. Not sure what's happened. Oh, nice in front of the net. And a big save by Merzlikins with the blocker there. But Nyes had a beautiful opportunity. Nobody around him, a foot in front of the net. Severson brings the puck across the Leafs blue line. Puck cleared. Nyes up near Columbus's blue line. Gets the puck to Tavares, who shoots. Big save by the blocker of Merzlikins. 91 gets the puck again. Shot! And a big glove save by Elvis Merzlikins. Elvis is in the building, in fact. He's looking pretty good tonight. Leafs pouring it on. We're starting to see it happen. They're starting to warm up here. It takes them too damn long to do it, but it happened last night against Calgary too. After about minute 10 of the first period, Leafs dominated the remaining 50 minutes. The goaltending wasn't great, but this is good if you're a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. You just need opportunities, chances. Sammy Bla, the goal scorer, his first in his first game since April 17th, 2024. You know that felt good for him. McCabe out to Carlo. Carlo to Domi, cycling at the blue line, leaves it for McCabe. McCabe cuts, shoots, and it's a save by Merzlikins' shoulder. Leafs able to retrieve. Puck at the high boards. Leafs trying to keep the puck at the blue line, and it is blown dead. Dolan Dark says, Adam, I'm calling it now. Lawton will tie the room together. Man, I'm hoping so. I mean, it seems like the Leafs coaching staff lost their minds when he went down. It was like, oh, well, we must do everything wrong now. Like, I don't understand why they went with the lines that they did to start the year. You were going to have Domi up with Matthews. He gets hurt during training camp, and then you put him there for a game, and it's like, geez. Maybe, though, with Lawton coming back, you're able to rest a guy like Nylander a little bit longer, and maybe perhaps Domi's still hurt. Oh, terrible giveaway in the Leaf zone. Philip Myers got stripped, but Caden Primo stands tall, and now we got a partial break for Dakota Joshua. He's out-muscling the Columbus player going behind the net, but the puck skirts away. Held at the line by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Shot in! Redirected, and it is redirected wide. That's Cowan. Turns and spins. This line, Dakota Joshua and Matthias Michelli, Easton Cowan have been on it all night. When the rest of the Leafs lines were sort of dead, these guys still had something going. There's a little bit of chemistry here. I am on the record, big Dakota Joshua guy. I'm a huge fan. I love what he can bring. As he warms up, he's got a couple goals already, but as he warms up, I'm excited to see what he can do with the Leafs. I think he could be great. Linton says, Adam, how do you like Cutter Gauthier's game this year? It's flipping awesome. Dude, I've been saying it. This kid's a stud. That team is good, man. Their offense rocks. I don't know if you guys have seen, but Leo Carlsson is on he's on one of the quietest heaters in the NHL right now. He looks great. Oh, Robertson. Shots. A nice spin around. Oh, and then Austin Matthews absolutely runs over Denton Matejchuk and is able to get the puck out. Leafs are not able to create a scoring opportunity, but Austin Matthews looking like a man. Let's go. More of that, please. Robertson down low. Brings it to the half board. Looks to Myers. Myers is not open. Matthews down low, and they're going to change. I think there goes McMahon. Michelli is out, so they're looking Tavares line here. Myers down low. Far boards to Tavares, who is digging. Out to Nyes. Tries to make a move, and that's broken up by the Columbus defense, who throw the puck to center. Carlo, Riley, puck up. Oh, Riley just threw an absolute pizza up the center of the ice. Creates an odd man rush, and it's a big scoring chance. Caden Primo with the first save, but he can't stop the second. Guys, this goal is completely on Morgan Riley. Ivan Provorov is going to get it. This is an unacceptable play by a player that should know better. An absolutely poorly passed, poorly thought out play. He was trying to get it to a high winger on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Watch this. And Nyes is turned backwards, turned around at center ice, creates the opportunity. Marchenko, Chinikov, and then Provorov able to score. Really, really bad. You know, you can look at Tavares and go, hey, Provorov out-deked him, or Michelli didn't cover him, or whatever. That all starts off the stick of Morgan Riley. That didn't need to happen. And that speaks to what I'm sort of talking about when I say the Leafs look clunky. That is a clunky pass from a player that's looked clunky to start the year. We were told, oh, he's lost weight, oh, he's practiced hard. I said it in the spring. I do think that it's time for the Leafs to trade Morgan Riley. It seems like they're trying to give him a chance here. He also has a say in that, as he has a no-move clause. Thank you, Kyle Dubas. But I don't see it working with the Craig Berube system, man. He doesn't look good. And here comes this third line out there, showing you a little bit of what Craig Berube trusts here. Because when you look at it, that was a bad goal that should have never happened after the Leafs had some really strong offensive zone pressure. So he puts out his best line. And tonight, that's Cowan, Waugh, and Joshua. Waugh turns it around. Not able to get it to Robertson, who is switched on, as the Matthews-McMahon-Robertson line takes the ice. 10:22 left in the second period. Dude Tastic says, that's nice of Caden Primo to slide out of his net to let the puck pass. Yeah, he's had a rough night too. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I will give him that goal. I can't give him the first two. I'm done with the sympathy here. He wasn't very good. Riley wasn't very good on that play. You need a save, but maybe don't have your most experienced defenseman throw a pizza up the middle of the ice like that. Absolutely ridiculous that at this point in his career, Riley's still doing that. But he does a lot of good things. And he just created another turnover. That one, not so much his fault. Still not great. Threw the puck into traffic. Myers behind the Leafs net with Matthews. Part of the problem for the Leafs forwards this year is the inability to get the puck up to them. And a great pass by Matthews to McMahon, who gets a couple of softer backhands away off Elvis Merzlik. It's a really good scoring opportunity and a huge hit laid by Sammy Bla. Still, the Leafs are not defending well off the rush. And the Boone Jenner line almost took advantage there. Domi, Lorentz, and Blay out there. That's the Leafs' new fourth line, at least for now. Lawton may make his return this Saturday versus Philadelphia. We'll see. Lorentz. Puck up to Domi. Back to Lorentz. He's going to get a chance here. Shots! And a big save by Elvis Merzlikins, who had that angle covered pretty well. 8:38 left in the second period. Leafs have been, no question, the dominant team, but there are two factors working against them. Frankly, Caden Primo is not good enough. That's one. Number two, the most important defenseman on your team threw a pizza up the ice. That sucks. Led to a scoring chance against the goalie who's not that good. That's the story of the game. And at a certain point, you're going to need some offense here. And now the Leafs are going to have to start cheating a little bit. By the way, for anybody asking, I am watching on the Sportsnet app. So if I'm a little bit late, that'd be why. Sportsnet likes to run their app late. I don't know why. That's just the way they do it. I don't mind the Sammy Bla, Max Domi, Steven Lorentz line either. I know that's I know it's early, but they don't look bad. They look good. Leafs' best line this season has been the Tavares line. I know there's no Nylander on it tonight, but Michelli, pretty good fill-in with Nyes, who's looked excellent to start the year. And look at what he just did there. Center ice, batting the puck out of thin air, down to himself, and then is able to get the puck deep where he chases. Leafs have a good forecheck going here with these guys. Tavares able to hold the puck in at the line, still in the Columbus zone. Leafs probably looking to change here soon. Morgan Rielly behind the net, making looks, waiting for the Leafs forward to change. Tavares is out there. Robertson out there. McMahon out there. Matthews is looking to get on. McMahon in the corner. Tavares is going to switch off now. Puck cycled deep. Nobody there. Bit of an awkward change for the Leafs, but hey, that's what happens when you change on the fly. Nick Robertson, forechecking. Werenski able to easily outmaneuver. Beautiful skater. Simon Benoit behind the net. Puck up to Bobby McMahon. To Robertson, to McMahon. McMahon gets the puck in deep. Forechecking against Werenski. Matthews collects. Gets the puck to the point with Rielly. Rielly with a shot. Misses the net. And I believe that went out. Woo! Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Apparently, LA has scored a run now in the World Series. So it is 2-1, bottom of the third. Just need the Blue Jays to hang on to this. Begging them to hang on. Please win this game. $182 Kramer says, can someone throw me a pizza up the middle? No kidding. Rich says it's funny when Sportsnet Plus had their last night emergency stream was magically 60 seconds ahead. I know. I don't understand that. It's just the way it is. Graham Strong, poor Adam has to compete with the World Series. I don't look at it as so much of a competition. It's not. The World Series is going to kick my ass every day. I'm just here to have a good time with you guys. We are watching a Leafs team that has yet to put it together. It's difficult because there are the guys on this team that have been here the longest. Guys like Morgan Rielly are the ones who look weird. Matthews looks weird. Tavares looks good. Nylander, when he was healthy, looked good. He's out tonight. But they look weird. And then they came out strong and then bad, you know? Justin Fisher says, you know my rules. No bad-mouthing Morgan Rielly in the chat. Currently trying to figure out how to ban Adam or cut his mic. I know, Justin's a big Morgan Rielly guy. Listen, great person. Nothing bad to say there. I'm just really tired of the defensive gaffes. Is that fair? Listen, I want him to win the Norris Trophy. I do. Desperately. Wow. Sammy Bla has not scored a goal since 2023 against the Coyotes. Wow. Damn. Good for Sammy Bla. The last goal against the Coyotes. Yuck. It's a long time ago. Matthews has the puck stripped. It's an instant 2-on-1, and here we go, and they score. Oh, my God. Yo, you know what's nuts about this? Is the Leafs have been so good in this period, and the two times where they haven't, they're ass. Like, they're bad. When they're like, they talk about a team ceiling at its floor. The Leaf ceiling is high. The floor is friggin' low, dude. Look at this. What is I don't know what Mo's supposed to do there. I don't blame him for that. And I don't even really blame Caden Primo for that. Yeah. Oh, and he almost had it too with his shoulder. I'm not mad about this. I'm mad about the fact that he was stripped and nobody got back. I don't know where the other defenseman is. Justin says blame that on Morgan. You would blame that on Morgan Riley? I wouldn't. At least he got back. He was trying to break up the pass. He didn't. Man. The Leafs need Joseph Woll back yesterday. Holy moly, the goaltending's bad. And I don't dislike Caden Primo. I'm sure he's a really good guy. It's just not working. Wow. Leafs have yet to win a road game this year, says Bailoust. Just throwing it out there. Yuck. Yuck, dude. To quote John Tortorella, sometimes you need an effing save. They have not really gotten any saves tonight that they really needed. Donald Crunk says, here from J-Stream, had to support Gripper Nation. Well, thank you. Leafs have been offensively dominant in this period. Controlled play, and they've managed to allow 2 goals on top of that. Can you imagine? It's brilliant. They've outplayed Columbus all period and allowed 2 of the dumbest goals I've seen. Just unbelievable. Anybody that's got Morgan Riley in fantasy is not going to love his plus minus tonight. I'll say that. See, here's what I don't know what to do. Like on every play that ends up with a goal in your net, there's always someone to blame. There's always a place where that play broke down. And I'm pretty sure Matthews got stripped at his own bench. I'd like to take a better look at that replay, but I'm pretty sure Matthews gets stripped at his own bench. And then there is another defenseman who I would assume is Simon Benoit, because it was no. It would be Brandon Carlo, who's obviously pinching or pinned, can't get back. Tavares does his best, but he's not, even at the best of times, the most fleet of foot hockey player. Sim701 says Primo sucked with Montreal and Carolina. It's not really a surprise. Dolan says, Adam, Joseph Woll is going to be like Spider-Man trying to hold that train back. Man, that's so true. That's so true. Man, that's such a really great visual you just gave us, man. That is, something morbid, which is a perfect name for this Leafs game. I think Joe Woll is their best goalie, but I like Stoli too. Here's where I'll disagree with you. I think they're both pretty equally matched in terms of their skill in the net. But where the Leafs got killed last year and where the turning point was in the Florida series was the fact that Anthony Stolarz was really good at clearing the puck behind his own net, getting it to the defenseman that extra split second. Joseph Woll can't do that. And I hope he worked on that over the summer, but he stinks at that. And therefore, guys like Tanev were getting absolutely just pancaked, just scrambled behind the net by the Florida forecheck, which is, otherworldly. I need Joseph Woll as a part of his evolution as a goalie to be able to go out and handle the puck properly. Please don't take any hints from Jake Markstrom. Please, please, please. Morgan Riley down low. Philip Myers with a shot, goes off a player. Nice. Loses the puck. There is some icing. 4:54. At least started the period down to nothing, but we're able to get a goal by Sammy Bla, of all people. Hasn't scored since 2023. Game was 2-1. And then Morgan Riley throws a pizza up center ice. It creates an opportunity for, I think it was Chinikov, and then Provorov put it in. A lot of Russians just feasting on that pizza. And then, of course, the most recent goal, which I just don't even want to talk about. 2-on-1. Yuck. Just yuck. But here's the thing for the Leafs. Who's going to step up and be the emotional leader here? I love John Tavares. He plays amazing hockey. John Tavares is not an emotional guy. I need somebody to step up and be like, no, we're not going down. And maybe Tavares almost scored there. That could have helped. That could have helped. I think Tavares, if he scores again, I think this is goal 500, by the way. Yeah, I think he's sitting at 499. So he scores there. It's goal 500. Be on the lookout. John Tavares could be getting his 500th goal tonight in a potentially losing efforts to the Blue Jackets. That'll be a great piece of hockey card trivia. Dude-tastic. Normally a 2-on-1, the D tries to take away the pass and leave the puck handler to the goalie. Leafs don't trust Primo. Morgan Riley, the defenseman, stayed middle. Easy pass, easy goal. I agree. That is what you're supposed to do. But we've already seen 2 Blue Jackets bear down on Caden Primo tonight. And Caden Primo have completely clean looks at the puck and do absolutely nothing except for become Swiss cheese right in that moment. And by the way, it looks like the Jays have scored a run. Dalton Varsho had a stand-up triple from what I understand. And they are now up 3-1. And Giggling Cat jumping in, lost the stream for a moment, and then came into you all talking nice about the Florida Panthers. Have some biddy subs. Thank you, Cat, the Cats fan. She's dropping 20 SDPN memberships. Let's go, Giggling Cat. And just a reminder, everybody, if you are an SDP VIP member, you get an extra episode every week. But if you upgrade for the extra $2 a month, we'll give you all of our episodes ad-free and earlier than everybody else. So your friend might listen to the SDP, but if they're not an SDP VIP ad-free member, then they will not be as cool as you. You will be able to listen to the episode like an hour or two before they get to, and that's every single damn time, okay? I'm just throwing that out there. So if you've given the SDP VIP thing a try, awesome. Consider upgrading and continuing your subscription, whether that's VIP or VIP ad-free. 3:38 left in the second period. Leafs outshooting Columbus 22-13. And let me be honest with you, they've outplayed them too. And yet, Morgan Riley, Caden Primo, not their best nights. And here we are at 4-1 Columbus. Francois LaBelle says one more run for the Jays and they can match the score in this game. Ha ha! Oh, that's depressing. That's so depressing. Francois LaBelle! Oh, no! Oh, no. Lorentz went into the boards head first. He's slowly getting up, apparently, and Columbus effing scores again. Yo, Caden Primo can't play again. Oh, man. Lorentz went in hard. He went in hard. I hope he's okay. I can't believe they didn't give him a whistle. They should have blown the whistle on that. And Lorentz is in serious pain. Look at this. Christensen knocks him. That's really fucking dangerous. Sorry, but like that, I'm not trying to swear too much on these, but that's really, really, really dangerous. And then they score. Oh man, Primo with another clean look. I can't even, that's Dante Fabro. I can't even defend this goalie. He stinks, dude. He stinks. He's not good enough. Wow. Like Caden. You saw that the whole way, Caden. I'm shocked, by the way, that there was no call on the Christensen thing. Lorentz, man, poor guy. And here's another guy who scored his first goal of the season against the Leafs because, of course, he did. That would be Dante Fabro. Picked up in a trade from the Nashville Predators, who were bound and determined to trade all their good people away. Lorentz is going to the dressing room, probably going to be concussion spotted. I'd be shocked if we saw him again tonight. Whether or not he's actually hurt long-term is immaterial. It's 5-1, dude. You don't need to play. Maybe these guys can be gutsy and actually score some goals for you. Benoit with a shot. 2:51 left in the second period. I think the Leafs are going to have a chat with. Oh, they just did it to Simon Benoit as well. And it led to an almost scoring opportunity. Somebody on the Leafs is going to have to stand up and say something about that. Cow with a shot. Oh, and this third line has had it going all night for the Leafs. They're the only ones who are kind of reliable for Craig Berube on the offensive side right now. Morgan Riley cuts back. looking for a pass. Myers stumbles a little, but he's able to get the puck in deep. Joshua behind the net, using the body, leaves for Morgan Riley, who's pinching across, and the shot from Easton Cowan is fanned on. He had a wide open net. Oh, that's Michelli, excuse me. That's 63, not 53. Boy, that just sums up the Leafs night right there. Wide open net and a whiff, baby. Still, you know what? Listen, if you're a Leafs fan and you're looking for hope, the hope is in the fact that they are dominating this game. They're dominating this period. They're playing better than the Columbus Blue Jackets, and they friggin' should, okay? The goaltending's awful. Sometimes you get goalied by the other team. Sometimes you get goalied by your goalie. But, we've been really lucky. The Leafs have had really good goaltending the last couple seasons. Now you're remembering what it was like when Ilya Samsonov was goaltending for them. Tavares. Remember Peter Mrazek? Ha ha! Woo! Woohoo! That's just snorting a line and playing goalie. And I'm not saying he does that, but that's just what I'm saying is like whenever Peter Mrazek plays goalie, you're like, ah, what's happening? By the way, I think we had some SDPN memberships dropped. That's Francois Labelle. Thank you, sir. Francois Labelle dropping 5 SDPN memberships. Remember, if Francois Labelle or Giggling Cat or anybody else drops you a membership, you make sure to thank them in the chat. I would not be surprised if the Leafs put Anthony Stolarz out for the third period. But I also wouldn't be shocked if they... Oh, here's a shot. And the puck went wide. Robertson out there with Tavares and Matthews. Tavares is taken down in front of the net. No call. I don't even know if there has Columbus even really taken it. Yeah, they took a penalty earlier. Leif Olmstead, guarantee you that Steve is going to go ballistic on that 5-on-1 breakaway in tonight's LFR. I don't think so. I don't think this is a ballistic night for Steve. I think this is a pretty obvious. This goalie is not good enough. Like that, I hate saying it, but that's what this is. Goaltender's not good enough. Not going to win. Now, doesn't mean they can't win tonight. I've seen comebacks. I've seen rally caps. There's a good question in the chat. Jay Cheesy says, seriously, why is Berube so damn reluctant to pull a bad goalie? The reason he's reluctant is we need Stolarz to be rested. The guy's played every game but 2, and he's supposed to be a platoon goalie. He's not supposed to be an everyday guy, and I think he's tired. And I don't think he's playing well either. So, yeah. I think you just, unfortunately, are going to have to deal with this until Joseph Wall is back. Bailout says, okay, I know the Leafs haven't been great tonight, but when it's 5 goals on 13 shot, it doesn't take a genius to identify the main issue on the ice. Yeah. This is the Caden Primo final appearance in Toronto game. Like, it might be. And I don't want to be mean here, but, like, this guy was brought in to be a backup goaltender, and he's been unplayable. This is a bad night for a goalie that unfortunately has that sort of reputation that follows him, where you just don't know night to night what you're going to get. And boy. It's so good that this game is the second most important sporting event happening, with the maybe third. No, the Raptors are not higher up on the chain than the Leafs right now. When the Raptors get good again, they might be, but let's be honest, the World Series is what matters tonight. This is just another hockey game for the Leafs, and it's pretty clear that their forwards and their defense are sort of coming together, sort of starting to get it going. The goaltending stinks. Goaltending stinks. EK says he's a completely serviceable third string behind a terrible team. I think you're put a lot of this on the Leafs, dude. I actually think the Leafs, if you look at probably the metrics after this game, they're going to be pretty favorable after that first period. And actually probably even 10 minutes into that first period. On the brighter side of things, Jackie says, Trey Savage has produced 7 strikeouts already. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Trey, you savage. Linton Samuel says, is Hill to be worse than Primo? No, he's not. I don't know why they haven't brought him up either. They brought him up to back up Primo to give Anthony Stollers a night off to just chill and not be in his goalie equipment. I don't know. But I think, like I said, I think this is the last time we see Caden Primo as a Toronto Maple Leaf. He might be a Marley. It just isn't good. Our Bruce, Leafs defense have been awful this year. When you are playing a backups type of goalie, your defense has to be elite, and they look lost. They do. Listen, I actually think the Leafs defense tonight has not been bad. If you look at McCabe and Benoit, you haven't noticed them. That's what you want, right? The thing is, some of these defense pairs, like, you're not looking for, oh my God, what a crazy thing. Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Brandon Carlo played well. I don't know if you noticed this, but Berube mixed in a shift with Carlo and Riley in that period as well. Myers and Riley, I don't know that they've looked bad on the whole. I actually have liked Myers' play. I haven't minded Mo, but, Mo is prone to dumbass gaffes, and that was a dumbass thing to do, man. It sucked. And Mick says D is not bad. Holy, Mick, dude, I hope you're watching the same game I'm watching. Because listen, they still suck off the rush. They do. They're terrible. But this is not as bad as you're making it out to be. The goaltending's awful. Fraser says, do the Leafs need to get another goalie? Yeah, his name's Joseph Wall, and he'll be back in November. Michael says, hey, Adam, how about them Ducks? Go, Ducks, go. Buddy. Love what the Ducks are doing. I told you, man. I told you. So good. Jonathan Pittman says, welcome the duality of Caden Primo. As a Habs fan, he's either a brick wall or Swiss cheese, and there is no in between. That's the crazy thing. You go back and you look at Caden Primo's stats, and he had a couple seasons with the Habs where he's like a 920 save percentage. 15, 20 games. It's still pretty good. Anyway. Ibex Warrior says, I appreciate a perfectly rectangular face. Thank you. Strong chin action. I got some chin. Anyway, I'm going to take a break. Maddie, what are we going to play? So James Duthie talking about Sidney Crosby. This interview was so much fun. We did it on Monday. I love James Duthie. It was the first time I've ever met him in person, and he's just, dude, rocks. Absolutely rocks. So check out this interview, and also check out Jesse's stream. He is streaming the Jays versus the Dodgers right now, which is excellent. And he doesn't have the Jays versus Dodgers score bug up, so I don't even know what the score is. But I'll tell you, the Leafs game isn't going well. He's got the Leafs score up, and that stinks. Anyway, be right back. See you at the beginning of the third period. Certified Beauties, more of hockey's greatest untold stories by one Sir James Duthie of Ontario. James, listen.
Can't find my camera. This is TV, which is my. Just because there's a red light that goes.
Yeah, there's no red light. So you're number one.
Where's my tally light, Maddie? Where's my tally light? Oh, number one. Okay.
James, we got to say, listen. You're probably sick of hearing this stuff, but we have watched you since you started. When you were doing like Sports Center, stuff like that.
Adam's trying to call you old.
I'm trying to say that inspirational is what I would.
Before I could remember.
Yeah. And it's an
black
honor.
And white days.
It's an honor to have you in, on my tube television with antennas. It's amazing, and I think you're a Canadian treasure. And this is the follow-up to another book that you wrote a few years ago. So can we talk a little bit about like some of the names on the back of this of great stories that you have? Can you talk a little bit about how this project sort of came together? And then we're going to ask you a bunch of other stuff too.
Yeah.
But this is like, if the forward is by Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Now I will say, I don't want to. It's not like Sidney Crosby sat down at his typewriter. Certified Beauties, a forward by Sidney Crosby. He actually, this is funny. So Sid was in the first book, and I'm so thankful for all the guys who, like it. You know what it's like trying to get guests, and it's hard to get guys. And for a project like this, you need to get a guy kind of for an hour alone, not like 5 minutes after the rink, after a game or after practice at the rink. And so when Sidney agreed to be in the first book, and he ends up in like 2 or 3 chapters, I ended up interviewing him in Pittsburgh, but that was sort of a TV thing where I showed him the chapters and we went over the chapters to make sure everything was kosher. But I never interviewed him for the book. He would send me voice memos. So he would be on the road, like on the team bus, and be like, hey, James, I thought of another story for you. And then he'd tell the story on the voice memo and just send me the voice memo. And so with the forward to this book, once I spoke to him and he agreed to do the forward, he did a similar thing. He did like a 10-minute voice memo, and I just typed it out and, added a few words when sentences weren't complete or whatever like that. But yeah, it was super, super, super kind of him to do it.
First off, I love that you say that we have to work hard to get guests. We don't get them here. We're the ignored, ugly stepchild of Toronto media or Canadian media, so we don't get a lot of these guests. So I got to ask, because we had this conversation, I think late last season, guys. What's Sidney Crosby like? Because we don't know a whole heck of a lot about him outside of the rink.
Well, look, first of all, this is one of my pet peeves when like reporters say guys are jerks or whatever, because I don't think we know anything about them from post-game scrums or whatever. A guy might not treat you right or might not like a question you ask, but do you really have any idea what he's like away? And I don't pretend to be close friends with Sidney Crosby. I've interviewed him tons of times over the years and had conversations with him, but I don't hang out and go fishing with him and out in Halifax at his cottage or anything like that. But I would say I think he's truly exactly what he appears to be, one of the single nicest guys in hockey. There's a story in one of my other books, and the thing is, he never wanted this to get out, but the guy who makes my suits for TSN is a guy named Dom in Montreal who also happens to make Sidney's suits. And there's a story in a couple of books, this kid, Jonathan Pitra, who had this rare, horrible skin disease. We did a documentary on him. Some of your listeners might have.
We remember that. Yep.
The Butterfly Child. When he was invited to present at the NHL Awards a few years before he passed away, and Sidney called my guy Dom and got him to make him a suit, because all Jonathan ever wanted was to look like a real hockey player growing up. And Sidney read that and went and had him made a custom suit for Jonathan so he could wear a thing.
Wow.
And again, without telling it was only Dom, the suit guy, who told me this. It wasn't
he didn't want that to get to you.
The kind of stuff that he does, behind the scenes all the time. So I think he's one of the favorite people that I've met in my 30 plus years of doing this stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, good. But that's the thing about hockey. There's a lot of guys like that. And one of the many reasons I did this book was, we say hockey players are boring, which they are in intermission interviews, which, we're guilty of running all the time, and mostly they suck, right? Yeah. But you kind of do it because you might get 1 out of 20 where a guy says something good, so you have to run them. But if you get them away from the rink, in a setting where you're having a beer or something, they all have stories, because I don't know. I just think hockey as a sport is one of the great story-generating sports because of its gladiator nature and the stuff that happens away from the rink, and because the season's so long. So my philosophy's always been like, every guy in the league, even if they're the most boring guy in the league, has probably 2 or 3 amazing stories, and I only need one for these books, so that's what you do.
Was there anyone who you talked to who kind of took you down a path you didn't expect at all? Like, you thought it was going to be really funny, and maybe it took a serious turn, or the opposite? They're RoboCop and they just break into some sort of story.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one example, because the one thing that's interesting when you write the book is I don't know what stories I'm going to get. That's not 100% true, because sometimes a lot of the generating stories for the books are, I talk to one guy and he says, hey, you got to talk to this guy because this guy's got a story for you. I was at the Masters last year and I was almost done the book, and Graham Dillette says to me, you got to talk to Ray Whitney. And I'm like, why? He goes, well, he's got a crazy story about shitting his pants during a game. Which is,
So this is the
highbrow content that you get in Certified Beauties. But I have to say, I was intrigued, because I like to be surprised as a reader, and I like there to be completely immature, stupid content like that, and then on the next page have a very serious story. Like, I think that story comes maybe a chapter after. There's a story about Daryl Sittler and Borje Salming, who weren't really great friends when they played together, but became best friends after they retired. And so when I called Daryl to get a story, to your question, I thought it would be some funny story. And he wanted to tell the story of how close he and Borje became after they retired, and then that whole experience of getting Borja to the Hall of Fame weekend, basically 2 weeks before he passed, and everything that went into that, and how much that moment meant to Daryl, and so on. So there's an example where I thought I might get some goofy Ty Domi story, and I get Daryl pouring his heart and soul out about how much he loved Borja.
Jess?
Yeah, the emotional side of these guys is just something that you don't get in the scrums. You don't get from hockey players at all. Mm-hmm. I assume talking to them, this is their opportunity to express something that they don't get to do in their normal media with the Leafs, or with the media. So I assume some of them are just thankful for the opportunity to talk to you and share these stories.
Yeah, I think in some cases, yes. Like I'm thinking of one from the first book where I approached Matty Nickel, who's a famous trainer, right, who trains a lot of the guys with Gary Roberts, and I just happened to run into him, I think, at Grey Cup, because he was working with the Ticats, and just told him I was doing a book, and he told me a story about Ray Emery. And I knew Ray, but didn't know him super well. And how tough he was and everything. But this was a story about Ray's, and Matty was telling me how when Ray had the hip thing, like he was done. Like he was done. Like there was no way he was coming back. Nobody comes back from that, and the surgery, and just the way he rehabbed him, and how Ray didn't talk to him for the first 3 months, and Matty thought he hated him. But then once he let him in, he was like the greatest friend he ever had in his life, right? So things like that, where those are my favorite parts, Jesse, where I get surprised about a guy, to another side of them. But yeah, it's really you're right. I think guys do like they get so sick of those. You can see it in like Austin Matthews' eyes.
Yeah.
No, I'm standing there.
How much
sometimes
he hates
I'm like,
them,
am I
right?
annoying you right now?
Right.
Yes. The answer is yes.
And the answer is yes. So I feel like your book is an outlet for a lot of these guys, where it's like I can sit down, have a long form conversation, and actually show the world who I am.
Right.
So I think that's why the book's so cool.
But
Yeah.
So I have to tell you, David Schneider obviously hit a home run off the first pitch he saw from Blake Snell to open the game with the Jays and Dodgers. And our friends over at John Boy posted a video reposted David Schneider's dad. So David Schneider's dad, he's a leadoff batter. So David Schneider's dad's got the phone out and he's recording it. And you just kind of see him and they're like, woo. And then you hear, oh my God. Oh my God. No! Oh my God! And they just absolutely freak out, and you see them high-fiving the whole family, and people are stepping up from other rows going, yeah, and they don't even know him, and it's just like, man, I got goosebumps. Look at this. I don't know if you can see that. Can you imagine the pride as a dad that you would feel that your kid went up and did that in the World Series? I mean, I'd be thrilled if it was the first game in April. Like, who cares? But the World Series, man? Wow. Very cool. Very, very cool. Now, on the other side of this, I tweeted out during the intermission. Listen, I said this. Listen, nobody cares, but I'd be surprised to see Caden Primo start a game for the Leafs ever again. 5 goals on 13 shots. At least 3 were open looks. Simply not NHL caliber. And the amount of Montreal Canadiens fans who stepped in and were like, see, we friggin' told you. And listen, I get it. But like what? We didn't really have a choice. James Reimer was terrible. I feel like Dennis Hildeby could have been better, right? Dennis Hildeby was better than this last year. Was he not? Am I losing my mind? He's got to be better than this. Got to be. I don't know, man. It's just yuck. Fraser says the Leafs need to get another goalie. I think I already answered that one. Yes, his name is Joseph Walt, and I'm going to answer it again. He is coming back after November. Adam Morasuti says the juxtaposition between the Jays and the Leafs right now is hilarious. It is. Yeah. RL7001 says Artur Akhtyamov is actually better than Primo and Hildeby. Yes, but you don't want Akhtyamov coming up yet. You want to take your time with that guy because Akhtyamov, if he's good enough, you could potentially this offseason look at moving one of your goaltenders for some help up front if you believe Akhtyamov is a guy who's available and ready to take the next step at the NHL level, but he's going to have to push one of those guys out. Hayden Matheson. That'd be producer Hayden. Hey, Adam. How's it going? Woo, go Leafs, go. Shut up, Hayden. Shut up, Hayden. Shut up. I'm so mad at you. Producer Maddie would never. Okay? The Mad Dog would never do that. By the way, for everybody that doesn't know, Hayden is a big Minnesota Wild fan. Linton says, do the Leafs even know how to develop goalie talent? Joseph Wall? I think so. Nyes is a -4 in 10 minutes of play tonight. Again, I'm going to say I don't think it's Nyes' fault. That's bad luck, and it sucks, and those are terrible stats. But it's this is an embarrassing goaltender performance. They're not going to admit that after the game to the public because you never trash your goaltender publicly. But, oh, man, this is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Hayden says, I feel so bad that Maddie has to watch this garbage game. Maddie's saying, you should hear Maddie in my earphones. She's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. Dolan Dark says, Primo has ruined my night. Here's what could change your night. Go watch the Jays game. They're doing pretty well. It's extraordinarily stressful to watch baseball. I get it. But Jesse is doing a great job on that stream, and he's having a lot of fun. And that's what you need in your life. You can do that. Elisa says, why did you all claim Primo then? Well, I think they had the right thing in mind, which is you want to keep Hildeby and Akhtiamov with the Marlies, building their confidence, being a part of that team, building on their successes from last year, because they both were really streaky last year. And it's like, okay, let's just take a goalie for a month or two, and he's got some NHL experience, and cross our fingers. Well, I don't think they crossed their toes. And by the way, the Leafs have allowed 5 goals so many times this year. It's kind of insane. Like, it's way too many times. Also, yeah, Justin makes a good point in the chat. They lose nothing by claiming Caden Primo, except for games. Except for games. Only games. It's only a few games. Salvatore, this kid is trash. Any young goalie could have done better. I feel like Hildeby, I think Hildeby would have been better for sure. But again, I think they're trying to develop these guys and make them into NHL goalies in the long term. Whether they're starters or not is immaterial. Just you need these guys to build their confidence. The Leafs will be ultimately okay. But, we're 30 seconds into the second period. The shots are 28-13, and the team with 13 shots is leading 5-1. I don't know. People are trying to debate me that it's the defense's fault. Yeah, Morgan Riley did throw a pizza up, but what about the other 4 goals, right? Like, I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know what you want me to say. There's Easton Cowan, who's had a really good game. It's hard to imagine that any Leafs have had a good game, but actually the whole team has looked not so bad. And this third line, I'm really liking. Cowan, Wah, and Dakota Joshua. Wah. Nice move. Keeps the puck in, and then that puck skirts out. Riley is able to keep it in for a second, but then it is blocked. Matthew Olivier across the line. This is the league's toughest heavyweight. And by the way, he's a pretty good hockey player, too. 18:33 left in the third. Leafs are going to have to get a goal roughly every 5 minutes in this period just to hope to go to overtime. They can do it, right? They can do it. Let's go get a goal, boys. Elvis Merzlikins actually looks strong tonight, too. So Let's hope there's some Michelli magic in here. Johnson. Down low. Boone Jenner. Pushed off the puck by Philip Myers. Not Steve. Morgan Riley blocked a shot there by Fantilli. And apparently my stream went away for a second. But it's back. I'm not really sure why the internet stinks. Not sure what's going on with the internet, guys, but it's just being the internet tonight. Somebody said, maybe I missed it, but why is nobody talking about the fraud or embezzlement issues with the Oilers 50-50? I have not seen that. I'll have to look that story up. Somebody just said Matthews has been a muffin out there. He hasn't looked like Austin Matthews all season, and he didn't look like Matthews all last season. Just is what it is. He's not looked like vintage Austin Matthews in a year and a half. Starting to get worried? Sure. He's still at 80% Austin Matthews, still, 35 goals, but it ain't the 70-goal guy. Wow. Adrian says, well, Nylander's been a big disappointment tonight. Yeah, it's because he didn't play. I got the joke. Just hurt, which is bad because William Nylander doesn't miss games ever. So he's actually hurt. Apparently, Trey Savage has now struck out every single Dodger hitter at least one time tonight. He's just on an absolute heater. I hope John Schneider does the right thing and leaves him in. He's got a young arm. Just keep going until the wheels fall off or slightly fall off, and then you can bring somebody in. But please don't let it be Brandon Little. Do we have a penalty call here? High stick? Penalty up. I think Columbus is going to the box here, and I'm pretty sure it's a high stick on Tavares along the boards. Oh, no, it's Severson holding Dakota Joshua. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Hilariously, they could have also called him for the high stick. That's why I thought they were calling him for the high stick. Whatever. Whatever it is, the Leafs get a power play. Do something, boys. Bail out Caden Primo here. Leafs unable to get set up but they're able to keep the puck in. Michelli over to Riley. Riley breaks it, shoots it, he scores! It's on the post. I thought that was a goal. Damn it. Morgan Riley could have used that. He could have used that, hockey gods. Oh, I think Matthews is going to the box for a slash on Denton Matejchuk. Are you kidding me? Look at this play. I have my head in my hands because Riley almost scores. Matthews is fighting for a puck, and Matejchuk just drops his effing stick. Are you kidding me, ref? What a bullshit call. Oh. This is a night where nothing's going right, except for the Leafs 5-on-5 play, which has been pretty good. Yes, I will say that. With a straight face, I'll say it. Shit. Takes the best goal scorer off the ice and really the only power play opportunity they've had since early in the game. Man, that's frustrating. Can we just go Bobby McMann? Can somebody score a goal here? My God. Just an awful call by the refs. Awful. Don't they know that we started Caden Primo and they should be helping us? We need all the help we can get. Thomas says, anyone check on Steve? Also, hey, Adam, I think Steve will be fine. It's pretty clear why they're losing this game. And it's not for lack of trying. They are trying. They are. If you're watching this game and you're... What's that, Hayden? Or Hayden, Maddie? Not a schedule loss. No, Maddie. Those don't exist, and I hate them. Henderson says, as a Lightning fan, I get it. I have no idea if they're good, mid, or weapons grade trash, such as October. I know. So the Lightning have not had a great start either. Like, where's Brandon Hagel hasn't scored at all. Like, it's crazy. But again, season's long. You got 5 months to clean it up. I do like the way they've done certain things tonight, the Leafs. But, dude, wow. Wow, this is a befuddling game. Also, the one thing that I checked some of the advanced stats over intermission, and the Leafs are leading in literally all of them. But when you have a goaltender pitching a 600 save percentage, you're not going to win. Ask the Seattle Kraken what it's like when Philip Grubauer starts a game. You just won't win. Cannot win. And they're still working on him. Oh, Morgan Rielly bobbles the puck at the line. Charlie Coyle is going to bring it in. He factored into a goal earlier. Cole Sillinger with a shot. Turned away by Caden Primo. Sillinger, by the way, I believe he had the second goal tonight. I can't even remember. There's so many of them. Another shot by Sillinger, and that one goes out as well. Guys. Lee says this schedule for Toronto is the easiest you could ask for, and yet they have been very bad. Yep. LJ6599. Rielly has to be the worst defender ever. No, he's not the worst defender ever. I mean, listen, this is a team that employed Roman Polak and Nikita Zaitsev and gave Nikita Zaitsev a 7-year contract. Nikita Zaitsev. Yeah, that guy. Bad. And no disrespect to Roman Polak. I know everybody loved him, but he wasn't very good by NHL standards. And the Leafs insisted on playing him 20-something minutes a night. Morgan Rielly is what he is. He's got a defensively extraordinarily flawed game, but, you know, he has good moments. And he's Justin Fisher's boy. And we dare not trash Morgan Rielly on a stream where Justin Fisher is running the chat because he can ban us all. We could all be banned from the chat. None of us would be able to chat. We'd only be able to listen to me talk, and that would be horrible. Here comes Matthews and Wah, and who else is with them? And that's Dakota Joshua. So it's nice to have Matthews back on the ice. Yay. Would have been cool to see what he could do on a power play. Thanks, ref. Here comes Matthews. Over to Nyes. Oh! Morgan Rielly with another opportunity. Does Morgan Rielly tie up this game with 4 unanswered goals? I mean, his number is 44. Seems like a prime candidate. 13:05 left in the third period, mercifully. Somebody said, to Leaf fans, do you honestly think this team is capable for competing for a cup? This core, this group doesn't look the part. It's October, man. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but you saw the Oilers last October and the October before, right? Come on, man. What are we talking about? This is a long season. Yeah, they're giving up dumb points. Yes, this goalie cannot play for them again, but come on. I'm sorry. I just can't get that emotionally moved by it. Leafs are 3rd in the Atlantic. If the playoffs started today, they'd been within striking distance of home ice advantage. I don't know what you want, man. They look like shit. And look, Caden Primo again. Now this time, the puck probably goes off Simon Benoit's stick. So I suppose we can give him that. But this is the last time you'll see Caden Primo suit up for the Leafs in a game. He can't play here again. No, Maddie's asking if you're going to pull him. No. Stoley played last night. And Oliver Ekman-Larsson's turn to throw a pizza up center. Yeah, that's Caden Primo. Just stand up. Look, he's down. He's down so fast. Look how fast he's down. Why are you down? There was no reason to go down. Caden. Yeah, you see Benny too. You see Benoit's body language there, guys? Do you see him go? You see his arms just fall to the side? Man. What a game to stream. This is why I want to do more of these, because sometimes when you get a bad night, you get the rest of the week to think about it. My next stream is next week, and that sucks. That really sucks. I want redemption. You know what I mean? By the way, that's another first goal of the season. Leafs have been really good about that. Just giving it up. Pain. This is so bad. And you know what's funny is the people that didn't watch this game are going to look at this game and go, the Leafs are cooked. And the Leafs aren't cooked. That goalie's cooked, though. This is it. Whoa. Giggling Cat says, can you put in a goalie for a shift, fake an injury, or call the e-bug? Yeah, I don't know if you can. I mean, they do have professional e-bugs now. I would love to get a look at the professional e-bug. But whoa, wow. I would love to know what Caden Primo's save percentage is tonight. Maddie, can you have a look at that? No. No, just tonight. Just tonight. Just tonight. 875 is bad. That's him this season. Show me what we got tonight. Oh. Man, I'm just so it's apparently it might be 700. It's a .770. Yuck. Oh my God. You can't win a game like that. You can't. And listen, the Leafs have problems. You're not winning a game like that. Do you think okay, here's what we can have some fun with, okay? You ready? Let's have some fun. Do the Leafs get one more goal before the end of the game? Yes or no, chat? I need to know. Yeah, yuck. Somebody just said one grand slam and they're right back in this. Oh wait, that's the wrong sport. Give me this. People are saying final score Blue Jackets 7, Toronto 1. Andrew's saying it's going to be an 8-1 loss. How deep does this depression pit go? This might be the lowest rated Leaf game of the entire season, by the way. No one cares. No one cares. The Leafs ought to care. I hope Brad Living cares. This goalie, man, dude, you can't. Hildeby's got to Hildeby tomorrow. Like, this is unfair to this kid. Matthews across. They're trying, man. They're trying to do something. I'll give the Leafs that. They're trying to do something. I'm just going to. Man. Riley throws the puck in deep. I don't even know what to do with you guys. I don't know how to remain entertaining when the score is like this. This is so bad. Oh, here we go. Easton Cowan, partial break shot, and he misses the net. Wow, how Leaf. How very Leaf. They've missed a few nets tonight. They have not tested Merzlikins the way they should, but this third line has looked good. That's a nice little play by Cowan to Joshua. Joshua behind the net with the puck, gets the puck over. Cowan not there. As this line develops, they're going to figure out where each other's going to be. But right now, you can still sort of see that they don't know. And that was a great play by Benoit. Wad redirects, but Elvis Merzlikins with a great save. And here we go. We got a breakaway. Oh, no. Benny gets back. Oh, and there's still a Leaf player in the goal, in the net. Dakota Joshua's lost his helmet. And he is going to the bench. And he can't get back. His helmet came off somehow. I don't even know how. Woo! This team is stinky. Actually, this goal is stinky. I'm going to go with, I have been very hard on the Leafs this year. They've outplayed Columbus in this game, which is absolutely hilarious. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. We're all laughing, aren't we? We're laughing. Let's go Blue Jays. Just so you know, I'm wearing it. You see? I'm wearing my Blue Jays. Go Blue Jays. By the way, it's so funny looking at people on the stream trying to troll. Like, people like, anybody who says the Leafs are Stanley Cup contenders are delusional. Buddy. No one's calling these guys Stanley Cup contenders. They're a threat for home ice in the playoffs at best. Nobody's calling the Leafs Stanley Cup contenders this year. I don't think that was ever the case. C-Lame, the Leafs are absolutely not outplaying Columbus. Are you blind? C-Lame, Are you blind or lame? Yes, they are. They're out shooting them. All the offensive metrics are in the Leafs' favor. I don't know if you've been watching the game. You probably haven't been. Caden Primo. He is the story. Absolutely the story. It is. And you, by the way, you don't have to believe me. I don't care. That's just that is literally what the game has shown us. That's what the numbers have shown us. I don't care if you disagree. It's the fact. You could be like, oh, I didn't see that. Well, that's nice for you. But I'm being honest. It's not great. It's not great. Burps McGurp says Columbus has doubled the shots in this third period. Well, there you go. Leafs should have started at 11 p.m. Maybe they would have tried. Then again, the Kings almost blew the game against the Sharks yesterday. Dude, Brandt Clark. Yo, I don't like the way the LA Kings constructed their roster this offseason. Although Corey Perry's got 3 goals. That's pretty cool. But Brandt Clark, man. Stud. That dude rocks. Columbus Blue Jackets with a .935 save percentage this year. Good for them. Mr. Elvis Merzlikins making a comeback. Being the goalie that they've signed him to be. Good for him. Here's Nick Waugh and Sillinger wins. Puck blocked by Sammy Bla. Stick broken. .9:15 left in the third period. 9 minutes and 10 seconds until we can watch the World Series and not worry about the Leafs. Forget about this game. Caden Primo played for the Leafs? I don't remember that. If you're just catching up on this game, listen, there have been some defensive gaffes from the Leafs, but ultimately they've been the better team, which is really hard to believe. At one point, the Leafs had 13 shots against and 26 shots for, and we're losing 5-1. I don't know what you're going to do with that, but you're not going to win many games that way. You can bitch and whine and complain about defense all you want, dude. This goalie has had 3 or 4 solid looks at these goals and has been bad. So I'm leaving it at that. Now, the question is, can the Leafs score a goal before the end of this game? They certainly seem to be trying to. For nothing else other than maybe they don't want to get bag skated by Berube tomorrow. Oh. Shot off Myers. 8 minutes left. By the way, I should remind you, Jesse Blake's doing a stream right now. And he's doing a great job with these World Series streams. The Jays are up 3-1. Savage apparently has just had a great night. It is the bottom of the 6th. Actually, it's going to be the top of the 7th here in a second. Really, really exciting. Good vibes in that chat. So if you're looking for something a little less depressing, I get it. But here's Michelli to Matthews. Lines in a blender. Michelli, Matthews, McMahon. Why not? Matthews in the corner. Using his body a little bit now. Matthews with the puck. Oh, and he's tripped. And yeah, there's going to be a call there. But don't worry. 13 seconds into this power play, they'll also call Matthews for a light slash. Trey Savage, by the way, is the first rookie in World Series history to strike out 5 consecutive batters. I love this man so much. I didn't know who Trey Savage was 6 months ago, and I would die for him. I would take a bullet for Trey Savage. That man is just an absolute rock star. Absolute rock star. Tavares wins the face-off draw. Michelli loses the puck along the boards, but Matthews is able to hold it in for a little bit at least, and the Columbus Blue Jackets clear. Now, one thing that has not looked good for the Leafs and for everybody that's dunking on them, their power play sucks this year. Absolutely sucks. So maybe this is a good opportunity to get some practice. Michelli gains the zone to Tavares, back to Michelli. Puck in deep, but nobody really there to chase it. Puck goes back to the blue line, and Morgan Riley is there to grab it at the Leafs blue line. Not the blue line you want to be grabbing it at, but was the option. Columbus is able to get a change in penalty killers there. Leafs first power play unit out there. Nyes, Michelli, Matthews, along with Riley. And John Tavares, too. Puck gets by Morgan Riley. And we are already a minute into this power play. I am real curious to hear what Craig Berube's got to say after this game. Is he going to call it like it is? You got goalied by your own goalie? Is he going to call out Morgan Riley for throwing pizzas up the center ice? Or OEL for throwing pizzas up center ice? Or Benoit for getting turnstiled and leaving Caden Primo with against an NHL shot all on its own? I don't know. Oh, I mean, the Leafs power play sucked until December last year, so I'm holding out hope. Cowan, Robertson, McMahon out there as a part of the Leafs' second power play unit. They're getting some practice too. Max Domi's there with them. McMahon and Domi in the corner. Robertson lending a little support. Puck goes to the blue line, and OEL is able to hold the blue line. Robertson over to Cowan. Oh, and he had a beautiful opportunity turned aside by Elvis Merzlikins. He had a great save there. I got to give him that. Elvis was great. He's been great all night. Elvis Merzlikins deserves a ton of credit. Been great all night. Leafs forwards could generate a little bit more sustained pressure. I'd like to look at the high definition scoring chances they're getting. But man, if Cowan gets that puck even a foot off the ice, that's in. Just couldn't. It's coming though. He's looking good tonight. The Leafs will look bad. He's looked good. Woo! Woo! Oh, here we go. And listen, if that puck had been on the net, I think it would have been in the net. There's no way Caden Primo was going to see that. Here comes Dakota Joshua with McMahon and Waugh. This is sort of the odd. Oh, no, and they gave the puck away. Here comes Miles Wood. Back pass by Miles Wood intercepted. Nick Waugh is away with 3 Blue Jackets on him. He kind of gingerly puts the puck into the corner. Nobody there to follow up the forecheck as the Leafs are changing. Nyes and Robertson on the ice. Robertson gets a little bit harassed outside of the zone. He gets tripped. There's no call. I think the refs are wanting to watch the World Series because that every day of the week is a call. But nice setup by Robertson to Tavares. Wow, that was a great setup. Robertson denies to Tavares. Not a whole lot of celebrating going on with 4:15 left, and it's 6-2, but a really nice goal. Hey, for everybody that said the Leafs weren't going to score again, you're wrong. You losers. Also, that's John Tavares' 500th career goal in a 6-2 loss. How flippin' poetic is that? By the way, John Tavares and his absolute legend. I love this man. He accepts way less than market value to stay here. He shows up in shape and is the best player at camp. This might be offside. That's pretty close. If this is offside, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to friggin' die if this is offside. I will die. Buddy, if this cannot be offside. Please do not challenge this, Dean Evison. Please, for Christmas. That's what I need my present to be. Okay. I don't know if they're going to challenge it. 500 goals, man. John Tavares is a legend. I love that man. Leif Olmstead, John Tavares with a clutch goal to cut the lead to 4. Pending offside review. Are you mad yet? Bring up Dennis Hildeby. Caden Primo can't play here. He can't. Habs fans, you were right. And it's not that we didn't believe you. We just had no other option. Oh, my God. Well, guys, do you want to hear some good news? I got a text message from my wife, Natalie. And Natalie has been trying to get her hands on a Labubu because my daughter, Beverly, has decided that she needs one, mostly because other kids have one. And Natalie had to get on this app, this pop something app or whatever. And at 9:58 every night, she sets an alarm, gets on the app, and tries to buy one. And they've got this really weird purchasing thing. We have to like click a picture, and then it reveals whether there's one available to you. And then you don't even really get to choose the one that you get. You just get the one that you get, and then you don't get upset. Anyway, she just got one, and she's been trying for 2 weeks. So I would just like to applaud my wife, Natalie, and her dogged determination to try to get the damn Labubu, which I think is one of all the passing fads I've ever seen, this is the fattiest. This is the one where a year from now, people are going to be like, wow, we all lost our minds there. We all lost our minds. Those things are weird and ugly. But anyway, Natalie, thank you for getting the Labubu. That's a big victory tonight. That's a big victory tonight. It's a big win. Big win, Natalie. Yeah. Dudetastic says, what do you mean you had other options? 4 or 5 goalies sent to waivers at the same time as Primo, including Kakin into Montreal. Well, then it looks like they made the wrong call. I don't know, man. What do you want me to say? Do you want me to defend the Caden Primo get? I don't think I can. The C on Matthew's shirt stands for celebrity. Natalie dropping 10 SDPN memberships. Natalie, yay. That would be my Natalie, my wife, Natalie. So she's dropping SDPN memberships to you guys because she got a Labubu and she's celebrating. Big shout out to @Natalie Yay. Also, she calls herself Natalie Yay because when she's excited, she literally says yay. She'll go, yay. Just walk around the kitchen, go, yay. I've never met anybody else that does that. But that's my girl. Lyndon Wong says, I am sick to my stomach. Haha. That needs to be the LFR title. I'm going to text that to Steve right now. Okay, hang on. Ready? Hang on. Steve. No, Steve. Okay, I'm gonna voice memo him. You ready? And I am being a full boomer here. Hey, Steve, the chat just came up with a great idea. They think that the title of your video tonight should be, I am 6'2" my stomach. Aha! You get it? You get it? Aha! Anyway, hope you're not enjoying this game as much as the rest of us. Let's see if he voice memos us back. I hope he does it. You know what? Actually, one of the great things about having Steve as a friend is you get his voice notes, and his voice notes are elite. You can imagine. They're like mini little podcasts. He's very funny. I don't know if you know this. Steve Dangle, funny guy. 2 minutes to go. Do the Leafs get another goal and pull to within 6-3? Woo! Let's make this less embarrassing. Oh, here comes Nick Robertson. In on Elvis Rodriguez. And he scores! And he scores! Yo, do we get the rally? Where's the do I have a hat? We need a rally cap. Here, look, rally cap. Let's go, Nicky Bobby. Let's go. Let's go. I still had a little bit of that protein shake left. Go, Nick Robertson. Nice shot. That is what Nick Robertson's best at. A shot like that. Yeah, baby. Right through the 5-hole. Sexy. You know, we could have used these goals last period. But you know what? Maybe we're looking at a great comeback here. Maybe this is a world-changing comeback. Oh, Steve wanted to call me. Hang on, Steve's going to join us on the stream here. Look. It's actually him. Hey, we're on the stream, so don't say anything too bad.
No, I won't. No, I need you to do me a favor.
What's the favor?
I think I need you to shoot LFR for me tonight.
You want me to shoot LFR for you tonight?
Yeah, I think you have to, man.
Why?
Because I'm 6'3", my stomach.
Ew. And he hung up. Ew, Steve. Steven. I love when people say that. Steven. Brutal, guys. Absolutely fart brutal. Here's an upside. If we're looking for positive things to come out of this game, Sammy Bla is now on pace for roughly 150 points. He has a goal and an assist tonight. And I think that's sustainable for him. Connor McDavid, Sammy Bla, basically the same player. Congrats to Sammy Bla. Goal and an assist. What a night. What a debut. Here comes Cowan. Would love to see him get a goal here, too. Has not scored. Dakota Joshua has scored. Benoit going to float. Oh, he floats it into Cowan. Cowan with a shot. Saved by Merzlikins. Great save by Merzlikins. He's been really good. Been really good. Domi with 41 seconds to go. Never quits. Never quit. Learn something from the Blue Jays and never quit, boys. Come on. 30 seconds to go in this pitiful loss. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed watching. I didn't. But it was fun hanging out with you. I had fun with that. 20 seconds to go. Here comes Domi. Will they get another goal here? Will they try to? Well, Robertson's trying to. Gets the puck to the open man. That's Myers with a big shot. 9 seconds to go. Leafs are they're gonna make Columbus play. Shoot it. Shoot it. There's 4 seconds left. Shoot it. Shoots. Ah! Fart. Man, that was bad. But at least we got a Labubu. We got a Labubu. And really, the win we were looking for tonight was a different team. If we had to lose this game for them to win, I'm good with it. Apparently, we missed a legendary start from Travis Savage, too. Guys, listen, I love you all. I love you all. I love you all. I had fun tonight. It was embarrassing and sad as a Leaf fan. But I think we're all relieved that it's over and that we can all turn ourselves over to Jesse Blake. And that's where I want you to go. I want you to know that whether you chirped me or you complimented or whatever, and we got into debates tonight, that's good. I appreciate you being here. I love you. I will see you again next week. Please go to Jesse Blake's stream and knock it out of the park. Let's see some more home runs. You guys were a good chat. Loved you guys. All right, Maddie, let's shut it down the way the Leafs